Here we are.
Hello.
Are we live?
Here we are.
We are
Gonna
live.
get our craft on.
Bridgie is here.
Hi, Bree.
Hi, Bree.
How's the weather in Arizona, Bree?
It's hot here. It's muggy here today.
It's not muggy here because we don't have that. It's dry, but it's warm.
Oh my cat just got a hold of my twine, and he's having a ball on the floor over there.
Mr. Banks?
No, Max.
Sophie?
Max, what are you doing? Look.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to our patriotic craft. Here with us is Miss Sugar Britches, sweet ass stuff. Margot, vintage PeepShow, AGoGo, and D with Thrill of the Thrift. Or should we say D, Thrill of the Craft? What's your other channel?
Thrill of the
Flip. Yeah, what is it?
Flip. I say craft.
Yeah, flip. Thrill of the flip.
Yeah. I have Thrill of the Thrift up there, but whatever.
It's a like the cell phone. I don't memorize your phone number because it's saved in my phone. I don't memorize all y'all's channels because it's saved in my phone.
I don't even know Brad's phone number because it's saved in my phone. I know the area code.
Hello, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
How you doing?
What am I going to do with this now? Oh, I have to go do that back on too.
Now, we probably won't have a lot of people in here at the beginning because Scott's having a sale. So
right.
If you want to go catch his sale in case I want to buy something, we'll be here. And you can always come
Sherry.
back afterwards. Hello, Sherry. Hello.
Hi, Sherry.
That's right.
Hi, Sherry.
Do we want to tell everybody what we're making?
No.
Or
I'm going to give them an idea. I'm making a flag.
Okay, Lorianne.
I'm going to be making a flag.
I just
Lorianne,
got all kinds of different things going on here, so I don't know if any of them will turn out. So we'll see. It's a variety here.
Okay.
Lorianne's
I'm gonna be making patriotic drums. And I'm using some Dollar Tree items, fabric, buttons, little styrofoam balls, some dowels. Yeah. And glue.
Hello, Hazel.
What's up, Hazel?
Hi, Hazel.
Hazel's here and Carla's here.
Carla. Hi, Heather.
So I'm making a sort of an assemblage. That's
Heather?
all I'm saying.
Oh, Heather. Hello, Heather.
That's all she's saying.
Margot's the top secret.
I gotta
Margot's
see if
what?
I can
Making
turn
an
my
assemblage.
camera down so people can see what I'm doing.
Mine kind of involves wildlife.
You're not doing anything to Brad, are you?
Well, come here. Let me hot glue
Lay
these
down.
on.
He's laid out on the table. He's decorating his belly button.
I told him
With
earlier when we were
buttons.
at the store, I said, now, honey, when you come walking to the kitchen, be sure you have your shirt on.
And does he? No.
No.
He's trying to show off all his sexiness.
Oh, my God.
We know what he's trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my first step for my project is I have to glue this fabric on around my little cardboard gift box, but I'm going to use spray adhesive, so I'm going to step outside and do this part because that stuff is stanky.
Stanky.
It is stanky.
Stanky boo.
Mine involves a stick. Amy, hello.
You guys are just having a ball.
Cones.
Fine, aren't you?
I'm hoping this will turn out right, but
Oh. Okay, let's do this.
I have a bunch of projects behind me here. I don't know if any of them are going to come out, so I have a variety of things going on. Just in case.
She's gonna start one. She don't like it. She's gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
when,
plus I
when it's all over, she's gonna have 4 projects done.
Well, the first one I'm going to do, I have these old paper cones. They look like this. And so I thought I would make like the noisemaker, like a patriotic noisemaker. I don't know. We'll see. But then I was thinking this might be the perfect size for the, I'll show you the other thing that I have back here while this dries. See if I can set this down. I have white paint. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so messy when I craft.
What are those? Hot glue protectors? Is that what that was? Hot glue protectors? What was on
No,
your
it's
fingers?
paint.
Oh,
I have it all over me already. So I have this old ribbon. I didn't have a use for it, so I took it apart. I had a dowel head here, glued it to the ribbon, but she needs some sort of a hat. So I'm thinking maybe like something like this in patriotic colors.
she
But we'll
looks
see.
like a cake topper.
Oh, really?
Like you put her on top of a cake.
I just hot glued her head to this huge ribbon I have. I don't have a place to put the ribbon, so I figured that would work.
My biggest ordeal was like picking out the right fabric. I mean, picking out fabric, like, does this work? Does this go together? Is this gonna look right? You know?
Yeah.
And I don't think there's really rhyme or reason to it, but I second guess everything.
Are you like a perfectionist?
I didn't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't want it to be ugly. I don't know. I feel like I'm not color coordinated sometimes, or my stuff don't.
I have a hard time
blend
coordinating
well.
colors too. I thought of you because I was at a garage sale and it was all a whole lady's sewing room. She was getting rid of everything. And that's where I found this little piece of fabric, but I'm not a sewer, so I have to hot glue it.
I tell you what, my whole entire sewing room was thrifted. My whole entire sewing room. Very few fabric was bought from Joann's. I only went to Joann's if I had a certain thing I had to do, theme of some kind. But everything's thrifted from estate sales and whatnot, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All my thread, my needles.
Because that gets expensive when you buy it like brand new. If you can get it, for a fraction of the price. My gosh. Okay. First question for you guys in chat. I have all this scrapbook paper to cover this cone for a hat. Let me show you what she is. This is the color of what she's sitting on. Remember that. I was going to cover it in scrapbook paper. So would you go with red? And then I have some of these other ones here. I've got like a denim. That's more stripe. I've got the blue and white, but the blue's a little bit different colored. I've got the red and white stripe. I've got plain white and blue.
Hi, Heather.
The blue match is pretty good.
What are you putting that on?
So, when I have a bandana one, I was going to cover the cone in the scrapbook paper for the girl's hat.
Oh.
Rather than paint it, I guess I could paint it too. But this blue matches the blue on that
Jerry says striped red.
striped red. Let me see if the red matches it. It's have two different colors of red. This is a more orangey red. So the reds really don't match. But I could accent in red.
Yeah.
Maybe do it in blue and then accent it with some red.
That sounds good.
Oh, poo. I don't even think I need to put the cone inside. I could probably just use thick paper.
It's sticking to my table.
Let me see.
Be nice if my glue
Well, I got
gun
me a
would
long
work.
stick and I'm gluing. I ripped up fabric. I ripped strips of fabric and I'm hot gluing them to the stick right now.
I'm just still working on putting my fabric around my, so as I said, I bought these little gift boxes from Dollar Tree and I painted them white because they had a lot of vibrant designs on them and I didn't want it to show through. So I just painted them white to start with. I did that ahead of time to save time. So
Yeah, because then you have to wait for the paint to dry, wouldn't you?
exactly. So now I'm just gonna trim off my excess fabric around the top.
Well, I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to have to paint it.
Is it showing through? Or the paper don't roll around it well? Or
It
what?
doesn't. No, I don't think it's going to roll. It's not going to work. I'm going to have to just paint it and go from there. All right.
Sometimes those can be happy accidents.
Yeah.
So I watched this, I just started watching this girl on YouTube, and she actually only lives about 40 minutes away from me. It's so funny. Her channel is called Mother Time, THYME. And if you like primitive decor, she does amazing primitive decor crafts and stuff like that. But yeah, she's this is where I got this idea from.
Hi, Dana Grace.
I know, Sherry. I'm gonna have to take it outside and shake it out when I'm done. Hi, Dana Grace. Hi, everybody. I missed. I was outside using some spray adhesive.
She was sniffing it.
I was.
She was.
I was. It's been a long day. I just got in the shower at 7 o'clock. So, okay. So now this is going to be the drum bottom. The lid is now the drum bottom. So
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Oh my
Cool,
gosh.
huh?
Yes.
Hopefully this one will fit on because this material had a seam. So hopefully I could get this on.
I think
Oh,
I need more fabric. Mine's too holy. It's too holy.
I'm gonna have to switch this piece of fabric because it had a seam and the seam is too thick and so that lid won't go on. So
You're so pretty.
I will have to switch it out.
You were smart in pre-painting your stuff.
Yeah, because I knew. I'm like, it's if I don't paint it, it's gonna show through, and I don't want to have to sit there and wait for paint to dry. So
Yeah.
I thought that's a thing, watching paint dry. That's a thing.
All right.
let's. I got this fabric from one of my YouTube friends sent this to me and said, I'll bet you could use this. And I'm trying to remember who it was. Please forgive me. I just can't remember everything. I try, but she sent me a whole box of material, patriotic type material. And I was just ecstatic.
So I thought mine was, I ripped 2-inch strips of fabric,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm slightly overlapping it, but as it gets down here, it looks holy. So I'm going along the back of it and doing it again,
Mm,
putting another
gotcha.
roll on it, so it looks thicker at the bottom,
Right.
like a thin haircut.
I tried stapling this together, but my stupid stapler is not good, so I'm gonna have to hot glue it. Because I don't sew.
Hi, Jackie.
I wish Tammy, you're gonna
Hi,
have to give us
Jackie.
some sewing.
So, sewing isn't that hard. And I learned from YouTube. When I started sewing, I taught myself from YouTube.
Well, that's
Watching-
how I taught myself watching videos on YouTube for doing polymer clay.
Yeah.
And I taught myself to felt.
Yeah, see, there you go.
That
Hi, Angela.
felting is pretty tricky.
What's that?
I thought the felting was pretty tricky. Tricky.
Tricky?
It was fun though.
Yeah,
I
I don't
enjoyed
think it was tricky. It's learning how to maneuver everything.
Right.
Yeah.
We're getting out of order.
Oh, I hate this glue gun.
So those are just showing up. Dee is making some kind of drum. I'm making some kind of flag with fabric. Sugar Britches, we don't know. She's like got 4 projects going to happen.
Right.
She's making a mess. She's making a hot
And
mess.
Margot's making an assemblage.
Ooh-wee.
I think I'm totally out of order here. What am I missing?
Hey Angela, how you doing?
See, Sherry learned a lot on YouTube. She taught herself a lot of things on YouTube.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I
learned
just
how to
started
make-
watching.
I learned how to make jewelry on YouTube.
I just started watching Dee.
Yeah.
Right? She's on YouTube. I need to watch some YouTube channels that learn how to talk.
You talk just fine.
How about Babel? How to speak English. Why is this not working? My glue gun is giving me fits. Ugh.
I don't care if it's fritted or fringed. It's
I
fringed.
can tilt mine down, but I don't think you're going to be able to see really what I'm doing.
I'm
Because I
hot.
got it off to the side.
I stapled it.
And trying to read the chat. It's turned downwards.
I can get the staple out with you. Oh, set.
Hi, Jackie Coda. I'm trying to see who else I missed here. Y'all, don't forget, my buddy Scooty's got a sale going on right now. I'm sure y'all are probably watching him too, so. But
Yeah, that's something you can learn on YouTube is how to split your screen.
Right?
Now, if you're on your phone, you just have 2 devices. You can't split your phone on your screen. But if you're on the computer, you can split the screen. But yeah, you could go watch his sale, and y'all can come back and catch us.
Let's see.
Okay, now it'll go on. I hope.
Oops.
Hello, Mr. L. Page. Hello.
Randy.
Margot, is that your Uncle
Randy, Mr. L. Page. Okay, now why don't you want to go on here? Are you the wrong lid? I don't understand.
What's next?
Let me see if it's the wrong lid.
Margot, someone asked you something. They said, "Is that Uncle Sam?"
Kind of.
Not quite.
Or Mrs. Sam.
I don't know. I have to think of a name. I kind of love her.
Okay.
Let's see if I can.
Hello, Harry. Hello, hello.
Is Harry here? Hi, Harry.
Hello.
Bang, bang. See if I can do this without burning myself. Oh, come
There
on.
you go. Sometimes you just got to beat the crap out of it to get it to work.
Did it work?
Hell yeah, I got it.
That's not working.
Oh, shoot, I got this one on the wrong damn side. Lord have mercy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. I don't understand why this one doesn't want to go on, but I'm going to get this one on too. Woohoo! I won.
You won.
I won. Girls, I've been having some hot flashes today. Terrible today.
Okay, my first one is complete. I made a patriotic fabric fan.
Let's see.
Harry, what do you say? What, Harry? I don't know what you're.
That's adorable. See, and so what kind of a device do you need to be able to crimp things like that?
I just stripped fabric into like 1-inch things, and then I went to the iron and I folded it like an accordion.
Right.
And then pressed it each time, so it pressed it. So I didn't use that thing for the fabric. And then I had some gel paint like to make it look old. I don't know if it's coming across there, but you can see it's like a primitive look to it.
Yeah.
And it stiffened it up when it dried. And then I took a one of those sticks and a disc and glued it to the back.
So the way though that you folded it like together like that, so you accordion it and then you bring it together. How do you keep it in that shape? That's once you.
I have glued it at the top. I thought I had.
Hi, Melissa. Hi, Linda.
Hello, Melissa. Hi, Linda.
So when you accordion fold it, hello everyone. When you accordion fold it like this is going to be very messy, but just to give you an example, okay? And you've got your piece, and then I went through and like glued it on the one end together so you could fan it like this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Linda Punky. I'm making some patriotic drums. And Tammy's making a flag. Margot's making an assemblage. And Lorianne has a few things happening. So, yes.
I
And
did
Miss
want
Earl
to
Page,
I wanted to show
PG,
you,
we don't know where it's early yet.
I wanted to show
Sorry,
the
what?
little beignets that I did with thrifted items. Hopefully I can show you without dropping it. So I took a cheese box that has red, white, and blue, and I did it vertical. And I made a little banner at the top here with that same fabric. I put a flag in there and a spool and some different red and white
Oh, how cute
items.
is that?
So I just did a little cheese box one.
That is cute.
That is very cute.
Thank you. And then I did a soda pop crate too. This one's a little bit bigger. I made banners for this, and it's just a soda pop crate. Let me see if I can hold this up without dropping it.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
look
that's a
at
big one.
that. You know what, Lorianne? I have something that I'm going to be doing in a crate like that, but it's for Christmas. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to do it. I want to do it on my Thrift Flip channel, but I don't know if people want to see Christmas crafts right now, or
Yes, we do. Because
Thrift Flips.
you have
What?
to prepare
Yes,
ahead
Dee.
of time.
Yeah.
So yes,
What if
I
somebody
would.
wants to try it? They have to do it ahead of time.
Yep.
That's
Ow, I just
true.
burned myself.
That is true.
Hi, Heather.
Now, what are you using, D, as the top for the drum?
It was actually,
Thank you, Kim.
I think it was a tea towel, and I just dyed it with strong coffee to give it like that old age look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just took it and poured some coffee in a bowl and stuffed it in there and let it sit for a few hours.
I'm going to attempt to make this drum. I don't know if it's going to come out.
See, Lorianne, you've got all kinds of backup projects. I'm pretty much done with mine because I don't want to do any more, or I'm afraid I'll overdo it. And I don't want to do that.
Oh,
well, my
she started
paint's
a little
drying
early.
on my stuff that I was waiting to dry. Because I didn't think I had to paint it ahead. But my drum's much smaller. It's just a spool.
Dana Grace said, D, yes. That is true. Christmas in July. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do it in July.
But you know what? Brad and I have been bringing some Christmas things to our sales on Fridays, and we've been selling some of it now. So
Yeah, I sell Christmas all year long, but I was for my other channel, my Thrift Flip channel. I was like, I don't know if people want to see, Christmas stuff, So, but I'm gonna do it for
You
in
post
July.
it and they will come. You post it and they will come.
I think Christmas all year long because you're crafting and getting ready to decorate your home. You got to get the supplies and have time to do it,
Right.
So.
Got red lace. Yeah. I'm making it sexy too, apparently. Got red lace in here.
Woohoo!
I should have just did this down in my craft room instead of making a mess up here, but you know what? It's like,
I wish I had a dedicated craft room.
well, such as it is, it's like so small, I can't even turn around for crying out loud. I'm waiting for my son. Basically, lives with his girlfriend. Like I haven't seen him since his birthday, which was May 15th. So I'm about to just go take over his room. You know.
Well, there you go.
It's a good time to do it. Say, oh, I thought you moved. You're happily
Right.
in love. I don't hear from you. I thought you're gone.
I told him. I said I'm thinking about taking over your room. He goes, well, let's not get hasty. He said, let's not get hasty. I said, hasty? I said, this is good for me to wait.
Yeah. I'm ready for it to be an empty nester.
Yeah.
I have a dowel rod that a wooden rod, a wooden round rod is what I'm using. Ow, that was hot.
Yes, that would be a dowel rod.
I think that's dry enough. All right.
And I am using
Little
this
round
awesome twine, I don't even know what to call it. Like
Jute?
well, it's jute, but it's they come in all these different designs.
Ouch.
And I got it on Temu. I got a whole bag full of all these different like this one looks kind of like rickrack. So I'm
Oh, cool.
Hello, Nana Tink. Hi,
I'm
Patsy.
not a pink.
Hi,
Hi,
Patty.
Patty. Hello,
Hi,
Patty.
Nana Tink.
Hello.
I know Melissa wants to see. Soon.
Well, it looks like I can see it. You're not out of the camera, Missy.
Mm-hmm. I know, but you can't see the face, can you?
Not really.
That's how that works. Okay.
I'm glad I thrift all this ribbon when I find it. I didn't have to go buy all this different fabric and different ribbons. Ow, just cut myself.
That's close enough.
Ha! They rolled it up on toilet paper rolls. Good idea.
Oh. We need a red, white, and blue cocktail.
I know, right?
Oh, man.
Called a
Didn't think of
bomb
that.
pop. Like the old bomb pops.
Get off of there. All right. And now I'm going to distress the bottom of my drum with my Tim Holtz Distress ink. I love this stuff.
You got all kinds of fancy stuff.
Old and dingy.
So I want a bigger house with a studio so you can have all of your stuff in one place. All of your
Right.
craft, all of your art stuff in one place.
Well, you don't use your living room for living. Tell Brad to build your garage.
Right
A
now,
studio.
it's full of our stuff to sell. I've still got 4 boxes that need to go out. And he's got all kinds of bins of Christmas stuff over there to sell. And all of my packing and shipping supplies. It's a mess over there.
Ow.
I need to figure out where to put that. I'm just going to put it back there again.
I need one of those hot glue thumb thingies.
Oh, they can sell them at Dollar Tree, girl. You get a
Oh, do
package
they
of
really?
Yeah, you get them. I think there's like 3 in a package or something. I have like, I don't know, 15,000 of them, and I never use them. I'm
I
always
already got a
burning the
blister on.
shit out of my fingers.
Yeah, I think I already got a blister on one of my fingers.
I got it, Melissa. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Let's see, which one do I want to use now?
Yeah, read the chat. Read the chat to us.
I'm
Yeah.
having a brain splatter.
I could use this one.
I'm watching Lorianne make her hat.
It's not working out so well, but we'll see.
Trying to find flat lace. I don't know if the ruffle lace would work so swell. I assume you can put as much as you want on here. Allison,
Ow! Dang
look
it!
at this baggie of lace stuff I thrifted somewhere. I don't even know where. Huh.
I love finding bags of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I always get
Always
it.
a good deal.
Heck yeah! That's how I must have about 200 spools of ribbon.
Wow.
Because I would especially at Salvation Army, I would find bags of ribbon, and most of them were like new or at least 3/4 full. You can't beat that.
Heck
No. No, you cannot.
Oh,
Oh, come here. Don't break.
There's
Oh,
some pretty lacy stuff in here too. I haven't really looked at this
Sherry, I
stuff.
used this is Tim Holtz distress ink.
that dry. Let that dry. And then we'll do the red. Ooh. Sister Child. All right. Not sure what to do with this. I think a star would look really pretty on this, but I don't have a star.
Let's see. What could you put on there?
No, it'd be cool as like a patriotic brooch or something on it.
Oh yeah. Do you have a flag brooch?
No. I wish I did.
Hello, Virginia.
Hi, Virginia. How you doing, girl? What you laughing at, Margot?
myself.
Gotta be able to laugh at yourself. I laugh at myself all
Oh,
day
I
long.
just added
every
an
day.
embellishment that I'm totally delighted with.
Also,
A little uneven, so I gotta even it out.
I wonder if that would
So this is what we got so far, gang. This is the first one. This is the second one.
Aw.
But I feel like I gotta cut. This is a little bit too.
You got
Hi,
2
Virginia.
thumbs?
Bussa Move. Hi, Bussa Move.
Hi, Simone.
Okay. Now I gotta put on my little. Of course, my cats took off with my twine. I don't know if this is not going to be enough. I don't think. I can always add on. Ugh. I was down in my craft room for most of the afternoon today.
Oh, you're crafting up a storm. You make a video?
Yeah, I was doing that too. Yep. Yipper.
I try to preach to these 2 women here how important it is to make content for their YouTube channel.
I hate it. I cannot, when I'm at an estate sale or something, I cannot stop to tape.
I know that is very hard, especially when you have to get there before somebody else does.
Yeah.
And
And
then
I very rarely film at estate sales. It's just too hard because there's too many people and you're trying to get the good stuff and you're trying to pay attention to filming and not knocking into people and and then when you're trying to film, you're missing things.
Yep.
So I very rarely will film at an estate sale.
I try to talk Gino into filming, but he's not. But I think the worst part for me is the editing because it takes my computer so long to upload.
that's why you need to learn to do it from your phone.
I know. Oh, yeah. And we went to the T-Mobile store today because I've been thinking I'm paying too much for my cell phone. And I told Brad, he's got T-Mobile, and so I thought maybe we should switch me over onto his plan and have like a family plan that it would make it cheaper. So we went in today and we looked at new iPhones and stuff, but it's no more cheap. He's grandfathered in. He only pays like $60 a month, unlimited data, all this stuff on his. Well, they don't offer those anymore.
Yeah.
And in order to put me on and get me a new phone, it would have cost me the same thing that I'm paying AT&T right now.
Oh, wow.
But it would have upgraded my phone, of course, but before I commit to anything like that, I'm going to go to AT&T because I know I'm due for an upgrade on AT&T. And if I'm going to pay that kind of money, I might as well just get my upgraded phone on AT&T and, for the,
right.
Stay with that. Because I want one that I can do stuff on because Tammy teaches me how to do it on the phone.
Tammy's so tech savvy.
Yes,
Oh my
she is.
God,
when it comes to doing stuff for my YouTube channel, like thumbnails and stuff like that, I'm not good at that. So I did one for my thrift flip channel the other day, and it was okay, but she adds all these different things to her thumbnails and me, I just put a cheesy picture of me on there smiling, holding something that I thrifted.
I'm very basic.
The more you play with it, the more you learn it.
Yeah. So, but I'm trying to get better at that, but I mean, I'm good with the computer, but when it comes to stuff like that, like Canva and all that kind of stuff, I'm not good at that.
Yeah, I'm not either, Dee.
Did you say graceful?
No, I said I'm not good at that.
Oh, I thought you said I'm not graceful.
I'm not graceful either, but that's besides the point. Definitely not graceful.
Hey, Dee.
Yeah.
So I bought this like fake leather fabric for the drum, but my drum is so little because originally I was going to use these spool things here
Right.
and glue them together, and I have little drumsticks, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make a little tiny spool one. So I'll have a bunch of this left over. How do you think it would look if I cut a star out of that and put it on here?
Oh, that would look good because
Yeah, you
that
think
looks kind of like rusty color. So I think that would be good.
Okay. Let me see
Yeah,
if I can
absolutely.
figure this out. Okay. Now to draw a star. I don't have a template, at least handy. Let me see. I don't have a ruler.
I should have did this first before I put the top on. Stupid.
Well,
Big dumb head.
my goodness. Okay, I take this. Yes, I need to tilt you down so you can see. All right. I'm horrible at making stars.
Just draw them like you used to, in school, like up, down, that.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can freehand one and see if it will look halfway decent. I guess mine always look like starfish.
Starfish? Is that what you said?
See? It looks like a starfish.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
perfect.
fine.
It looks
Doesn't have to be
rustic.
perfect. Yeah. Cut that off. These
All right.
scissors are horrid. Okay, now we gotta.
Am I chewing a gummy?
You.
I had a little sugar-free peanut butter thing. It was pretty good. We have a Russell Stover store next, like not too far from us, and they have a lot of sugar-free candy. And
Yeah, their sugar-free candy's really good.
you can't even
What kind-
tell.
What kind of a
Russell
store is
Stover's?
that?
Russell Stover.
Mm.
We used to buy it for at the nursing home for the. We used to go around once a week. We used to call it the shop cart, and we would sell all different kinds of candy. Like chocolate bars, bags of candy, word search puzzle books,
Oh, cool.
stamps, all that kind of stuff. And so we would buy the sugar-free for the diabetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not supposed to have it either, so.
Oh my God, I would kill myself if I was diabetic. Because I can't say that because I since I've been on my diet, I don't eat regular sweets.
Yeah, you
But-
lost like 25 pounds, haven't you? You said.
Yeah, but I still have another at least 10 that I want to lose.
Yeah.
But I keep going up and down, up and down, up and down.
It's really hard as we get older too, Dee. See, I've been taking Brad is diabetic, so he gets Ozempic. And he's
Yeah.
been sharing, he gets a little surplus from time to time, and then he shares it with me. And it helps. I mean, because I have like zero appetite, but it still doesn't just come falling off of us anymore,
No, oh no,
Yeah.
no. It sure packs on quick though.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah, it sure does.
Hell yeah, it packs on like there's no tomorrow. But then you try to get it off, and it takes like I've been doing this since last November.
Really, that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. I'm starting to get pretty sick and tired of this shit.
I get it.
It is the only stars I have.
What do I want to do with this?
All right. So this is what I have so far. I have my thing lid on the drum. I've got my little decorations. Now I'm going to add little buttons on these little points down here. I still have to do my my zigzag decoration on this one too, but I'm going to get this one finished so everybody could see what it looks like when it's done.
I'm going to ask, which one do y'all think? The stars, it has stripes in it. My flag is red and white, and I'm supposed to have all blue for the star patch. And these are my two fabrics. The stars are bigger here, but it has red in it.
I like the little. I like that one with the little.
I like that
stars.
one.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
the
like
one
those
all
stars.
blue.
Yeah.
Me too. Just checking. I wasn't crazy about the red in that other one. Ooh, here's a patch already cut out. Ooh, will that work?
I have glue strings everywhere. I hate glue strings.
Oh, I know.
Hate them.
Okay. Do you like the red and blue if I made a bow up there, or just the red, or no?
I would say just blue.
Blue?
Yeah, or blue and white.
I ain't got no white.
Well, what the hell, Lorianne?
I know. What the heck? Okay. Do you like the darker blue or the lighter blue?
The darker.
Okay.
Oh man.
Gee whiz. I'm limited. I don't have all the craft stuff you have, girl.
Girl, please. I thrifted every bit of it.
Sister child.
Sister child.
Oh, they said red and blue. Well, we'll try it with the blue and
Well,
see.
see, I was thinking blue and white, but then, so yeah, a second color with it would be good.
How much should it?
I'm not good at tying this. What the heck? What the heck? What the heck?
What the hell? What the hell?
What the hell? Did you guys like your baby things I sent you?
Oh my God, those were hilarious.
Oh my God.
They were hilarious.
Mine was perfect. Me drinking wine.
Tammy. Can of beer.
Tammy, is David helping Scooty with his sale?
No, I think it's just him and Karen tonight.
Oh, okay.
He didn't ask David. He's just like, I'm not going to ask nobody. Just Karen, you come help me. And so that means he had to watch the chat.
Right.
This Bo is giving me a...
Which he's not real good at watching the chat.
Yeah, it's too busy.
Yep. I come in there and he don't even know I'm there.
Right, yeah.
Everybody's going, hi, Dee, hey, Dee, whatever. And he's just like oblivious that I was even there. It's like, well, I guess if I don't go, he's not going to know either. So,
Right. You didn't see that stream of hellos to me?
Now I give up on that one.
All right.
I can't cut it.
You know I had gold.
Okay.
now,
I think I'm
guess-
done.
Okay, I don't have enough of this twine for this.
Hello, Apple.
Hey, Apple Martini.
Hi, Renee.
Hello.
Renee. I
My
never can
cookie
remember her
friend.
first name for some reason.
Renee.
Renee.
She's our cookie friend.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Will this work?
I can make that.
Okay, somebody asked up there earlier, what are we making? I guess she came in afterwards, so I'm going to go around again and we're going to say what we're making.
We're making patriotic stuff.
Right. I'm making little patriotic drums.
And I'm making a patriotic flag.
And I'm just making a patriotic mess.
I'm making what I'm making too. How are we making the same thing, Margot? Let's see if any of these come out. It's hard to line this up.
I'm not going to do anymore. I'm just going to mess it up if I do anymore. I keep saying
Don't
that.
mess her
and do
up.
something else.
I don't have my cutting board to cut this straight. I don't know if I'm cutting my.
Well, it doesn't have to be
Straighten up.
perfect. Oh my gosh, I did it wrong.
It don't have to be perfect. See?
Be quiet. No, it's supposed to tape off for the red, not the white.
Oh.
Ugh. Try this again.
Oh, gosh.
A little bit more red.
Ow. Damn it. I'm going to have to go downstairs and get those damn finger protectors. I'm not going to have any
Give me one
fingerprints.
too.
I'm not going to have no fingerprints left by the time I'm done.
This whole thing is nothing but hot glue. Hot
Right.
glue mess. Now how to trim it out. Okay, so I'm learning that I should not have carpet in my craft sewing room.
Right.
I'm not ripping this carpet out. So
Put down one of
Maybe
those
I need to find
plastic like chair mat things.
yeah, I need something like that.
Oh, brother.
Hello, Christy.
Hi, Christy. Hi, Patty.
Hi, Christy.
Hi, Holland.
Hi, Christy.
Oh,
Sherry said Dee's losing DNA. Yeah.
Odd to hear, Mark. I know. Well, that's because I'm just over here doing my thing. I think I'm pretty much done with mine. If I do anything else to it, I'm just going to screw her up. So I'm just going to let her. I'm just going to sit here and drink
Okay.
And read the chat.
and read the cat.
I'm going to
How
join
much
you
you
in
got
a
coming
minute there,
tomorrow?
Margot.
You're going to have a drink? What do you
Yeah.
got, Dee?
Nothing yet. But I'm going to be joining you in just a minute.
I need to get my bellman to come bring me a drink.
Why don't you do that?
Ding, ding, ding.
And people are like, David!
Maybe he'll come in dressed up in some little cute Speedo and an apron and thrill us.
Oh, my
Yeah, he'll
goodness.
throw you all right.
That's not a visual we want.
Listen to Tammy, right?
All of the guys should come through.
It's her husband, and she's like, right.
That's not a visual I want.
Hey, by the way, Dee, when are you going on a date?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He keeps
Don't
bringing
join
that up.
any of those. Don't join any of those dating sites though, and fall for any of those Nigerian scammers that are trying to pretend they're Johnny Depp and I can't remember Jason. What's his
Momoa.
name? Jason Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Yeah. No, I will not join a dating site. There's too
God,
many
no, don't.
psychos.
They're all phony. They're all phony on those dating sites.
Too many
Hi,
psychos.
Crystal. Just saw Brad work it. See, Christy saw you, honey.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello,
Come
Dal.
by and say hi to everybody, baby. Do you have your shirt
Is his
on?
clothes
Oh,
on?
shirt
I got
on.
my shirt on.
What do you think of my girl, honey?
Your girl?
Yeah, what do you think?
What do I think of her?
Uh-huh.
It's like, Have you shown them yet?
No, I haven't shown anybody yet. Do you think this is too much up here? Because I can remove that. Look, I put a bug.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know. No, that's fine.
You think she's good? You think
Yeah.
she's okay?
Unbelievable.
Did he say unbelievable?
Unbelievable, he said.
Oh, he loves it.
She's beautiful. She's absolutely beautiful.
He said it's unbelievable. Wow. He loves her.
She can be a little cute. So I didn't glue. Well, I'll tell you when I show her.
Hey, Holland Absher, how you doing?
Holland is my friend Crystal.
Hello,
Yes.
Crystal.
She's down and she needs a stiff drink tonight too.
Yes, she used to
Sorta.
come to my sales quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Then she kept changing her dang name, and I'm like,
I
God
know.
darn it!
I know she confuses us when she does. People confuse us when they do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, this all needs to have some nice hot water on it too. Yeah, I'm not doing any more.
you keep saying that.
I know.
Keep saying that.
I'm not gonna shower until you guys are done. You want to see what I got in the mail today, though? Have you ever seen one of these? An Empoli fairy lamp.
Oh, no. An
Really?
fairy lamp.
Oh, look at that! It's purple.
Uh-huh.
Oh, look at that!
That's pretty cool.
No, I can't say I haven't seen that before.
No,
It looks
I
like
have not.
what is those lanterns called?
Look. The glow, the shade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Empoli fairy lamp. You're calling it a fairy lamp. So yeah, it looks like it's those lanterns.
A candle,
Oil
yeah.
lamp. It looks like an oil lamp.
I don't know. Here's that base of it, so you can just put in. You could put fairy lights in it if you want, or of course, I just put
Yeah.
the little tea light. Fits right in there. The little color changing tea light. I haven't decided. I bought it to sell, but I haven't decided now if I want to sell it right away or if I might want to hang on to this one for a while.
Yeah, that's
Enjoy
pretty.
it. See how much you're going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
That you
Pretty.
might want to keep it forever.
Renee says it looks like a bong. Of course it would to you, Renee. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Kathy Wiseman.
Hi, Kathy.
Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Oh my God, I'm just like a giant glue stuck everywhere. I hate that. Ugh.
I've got this. I invested in this little cordless glue gun. And the convenience of it is pretty good, but I don't like it doesn't glow, heat up as nicely. And it's like if you're not using it constantly, then it shuts itself off.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not digging that part of it.
But that's a good thing though, especially for me, because I can't tell you how many times I left my glue gun plugged in, like all night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, so I would need one of those that shuts off automatically because I'm going to burn my damn house down.
Did you call your butler to bring you a drink, Tammy?
I yelled for him, but apparently he's deaf. He never can hear.
Or it's selective hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donna says, hi, Brad.
Hello. Another day in the neighborhood.
And we have nothing we have to do tomorrow until our sale tomorrow afternoon, right, Tammy?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I
You
say.
guys got a
Say
sale
what's
tomorrow?
coming up.
I said, you
Say
guys
what's
got
coming
a sale
up.
tomorrow?
Yeah. Say it,
I
girl.
like doing the 2 sales a week have really helped me financially trying to get this dental work done. So that's helped a lot. Plus, we've got trips planned coming up. So I'm going to try to, last week I only did 1, but I did okay. But I'm going to try to do 2
Tell
a
them
week.
when our sale is tomorrow.
Huh?
Say girl. Tell them what's coming up tomorrow.
I can't hear you.
Yes,
Yeah,
Patty, I did
no,
hear that. Or a heat gun. I did hear that for the glue stuff.
Tell them what's coming up tomorrow.
What are
we
you
doing
calling
tomorrow?
it? It is at, so at 6:30 Central, 7:30 East Coast. Is that right? Because it's 4:30 here. We're doing, what do you call it? Glitz and glamour. So we're doing jewelry. We're doing purses. We're doing anything that can be kind of related to, if we want to add in like mirrors or vanity type items, anything that could go into that category.
Yeah. Yeah. On your channel.
Yes. Oh yeah, on my channel.
Oh yeah.
I forgot we're doing it on my channel for a change. We thought we'd try my channel and see how it goes. Send him a text to bring you some scatterbrain, Renee says.
I don't have my phone in here. I left my phone.
Did you ever find the no, it's gone. My flipper tooth is gone, Donna. He threw it away. I have to wait. They've got 2 more impressions to do before I get my bottom part that they're working on. So I still have to go without this tooth down here on the side. So they gave me a flipper. They had a flipper made for me. It's tomorrow. The sale is tomorrow, Sherry, on my channel at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 East Coast. Anyway, so last week when Brad and I were doing, I said you can't eat with these. They're like Invisalign kind of things. So you can't eat with them. They're strictly for cosmetic purposes. So I was eating a little something not this last Friday, the Friday before, and I took it out and I wrapped it in a piece of tissue and left it on my desk. And Brad went in there and cleaned up the next day or something and just picked up all the tissue off of the desk and threw it all away. And I didn't realize it until Friday night when I went to get my flipper and it wasn't there. And he put it in. So it went out with garbage before the garbage man.
Oh my God.
It's gone. It's gone.
Flipper's gone.
Never put your retainer in a tissue. It will always get through. I know that now. I know, Donna, blame it
I
on
can't tell you how many pairs of dentures that we would find at the nursing home, wrapped in napkins. They would leave them on their tray from their dinner. It was funny.
So they had to like try their dentures on like Cinderella, see which one fits.
Yeah.
When y'all returned
Virginia had 2 and threw them away at an airport.
Yeah, I believe it.
Since I'm getting it, it'll be another. I think I go back on the 30th for a permanent crown. I've got a temporary over here, so I go back on the 30th for the permanent crown over there, and that'll be the last of the 3 crowns that they had to do. And they've got like 2 more impressions to do. So I'm hoping that I will get the partial thing like within, I'm hoping about a month. And maybe if I snivel that my boyfriend threw away my flipper, they'll, put a rush on it. I'm hoping. Hi, Delbert.
Hey, Del.
Now, Delbert.
I know. Blame it on the gummy, Donna. Blame it on the gummy. That's why I took it out, was so I could eat the gummy.
Okay, how to hang this?
It was already gone. The garbage man had already picked it up. I even went out the next day, Jackie, hoping. And we had one bag of garbage in the garbage pan and it was not in there. So it's gone. It's gone. Donna says, no, it's not the gummy's fault. Blame it on Brad. I know. He was trying to be helpful. He was trying to clean up and tidy up and organize in there. Oh, well. Now, what do you make? Oh, you're making the little, what do you call it?
The drumsticks?
Yeah, I guess. I was going to say the bong thing. Sherry says, I once flushed a $100 bill I had gotten for Christmas, tucked it in my shorts so it wouldn't get thrown away with the wrapping tissue, and went to answer nature's call, and whoops, down it went. Hey, I know somebody who flushed her phone that way, and keys. People that, stick them in their pocket, then they go into the John somewhere and pull down their pants and it all falls in, and and then they've got those Johns on those toilets now that automatically flush. As soon as you kind of get up, it flushes.
Yeah.
You have no way of retrieving it.
Nope, sure don't.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you, David? Are you coming? I was calling you. I yelled for you.
No, well, now,
Yeah.
Everybody all the way to New York heard me.
what do you want?
A drink.
You want your drink?
And Northern
Well-
Ohio and Nevada.
Wine. Wine.
Wine?
The whole country
Philly.
heard her.
Okay, I'm getting close.
I know what you're doing now. I've got my friend down the street, Marlene, that comes into my sales once in a while. She made something very similar like that and brought it down to the senior center the other day. She hangs out. She goes down there and volunteers and stuff. Brad goes in and has lunch because I don't like to cook anymore, especially since I've been on the Ozempic. I don't want to eat hardly anything anymore unless it's a Snicker bar or something like that.
Something you're supposed to be fighting against.
I know. And
Yeah,
they came
I'm
out
all
with
about the sweets too.
they came out with a new one that's a pecan Snicker bar, and it's to die for. Really, it's good.
Oh wow.
It's good.
They also have a almond one.
Ooh, yeah, I saw that one too. But when we were at the store today, I opted to grab the almond one again. And I'll take it, that it comes in like 2 pieces. So I stick it in the fridge because it's so warm here. Then I'll take it out and just let it sit out for about a minute and then cut it into pieces, and I justify it so I don't eat the whole half so fast that you just eat little pieces. Right. Hello, Verna.
Hi,
Verna's
Verna.
in New York.
Ow, damn.
Yes, I was yelling for David, and I told him everybody heard me all the way to New York except for him in the next room. I want him to get me a drink.
See, I thought maybe you were tying those on there. You're actually hot gluing the strips onto the wooden dowel thing. Is that what you
is, yes, that is another way of doing it. I've seen them where they tie it too. So if you don't have, you figure out your own length, your own width, and the
Delbert
shape
says
of the pie.
chocolate is a medicine according to his doctor, so he gets a prescription. Hey, chocolate is great. Like in the middle of the night, if you wake up and you can't get back to sleep, if you eat a little bit of chocolate, it'll help you doze back off. Swear to God, I swear by that one. Dark chocolate, yeah, definitely.
I'm giving it a haircut.
Oh, is that a drink I see in front of you now? I didn't even see it
Brought
get
me a drink.
delivered. I missed it. I looked up.
I'm giving it a haircut. David's holding it for me.
There you go. See, they won't give it to me either, Sherry. And my doctor absolutely is
Right.
okay. He's tried prescribing it for me, but the insurance
get
won't
angry.
cover it. You can get it if you can get your doctor to prescribe it. They'll give it to you, but you have to pay for it. And I can't remember. I'm thinking mine for like a 3-month thing. If I was to pay for it out of pocket, was $2,400 or something like that.
Oh
It's
my
like,
God.
no.
No, you can buy it. You can find it cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what one of the doctors I went to after my gallbladder surgery for my follow-up, she had talked to me about it too. She said it just doesn't make any sense because obesity is the #1 cause of high blood pressure in the country.
Right,
So,
but see, they don't want to help people because they want people
They want to make money
to keep buying prescriptions.
so they can make more money.
So he
Right.
told me, he said a lot of gyms and salons. She said, if you don't mind buying it differently, you can get it from like what she called salons. Well, my daughter, who is the bodybuilder, she belongs to a gym and she actually got it for me, but it's different than what I'm used to. I mean, Brad's Ozempic pens come all together. All you got to do is open it and do the dosage and inject it. You know, it's all done. These you come in, it's a semaglutide and it comes in a vial. So you have to mix it with the special water that they send you. And then you have to have the right size of syringe. So you have to have one to mix it with, one size syringe to mix it with, and one size syringe to inject it with. And I've got it, but I haven't used that one yet. So, hi, Peachy
Oh,
Me.
Peachy Me.
Hi, Peachy Me.
I know there was a shortage a few years ago because Brad was having a hard time getting it when there was a shortage, but evidently there isn't now. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You can get it. They'll prescribe it. The doctors are happy to, my doctor anyway was happy to prescribe it, but the insurance wouldn't pay for it. I even got on the phone and he said, okay, call your insurance company and ask them what drug in that family they will cover. What am I trying to say? That they will cover for weight loss, not for diabetes. So I called him, but I got some guy that didn't even hardly speak English, and he kept telling me Ozempic. So I called back my daughter and I said, for weight loss, right? And he kept saying yes, 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 but they won't. They won't cover it. All of Hollywood is on it, Sherry says. Yeah.
Well, what's that stuff that's going around? The pink salt trick, or the 3 things that you have in your kitchen already.
Well,
watch
one of
this
them,
video
I think,
first.
was vinegar. Vinegar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Vinegar and turmeric and ginger and pepper, black pepper.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, why don't you concoct that, make that all up and try it and tell us how it tastes and tell us how it works. See if it works. If you can get it down.
Yeah, I'm wondering how long I have to do it to see if it works. Y'all hear that?
What's he
They're
doing?
running down the hall. They're running down the hall. They're chasing each other.
Hey, my room's just out that door and to the right, I think. There they go. There they go. There they go. Oh, Jack.
Yeah, that's the bathroom right behind me. See, Margot's room.
What a mess.
There's your room right there. But I'd have to clear off that bed. It's got stuff all over it right now. All my package toppers and packing supplies and stuff.
I'm always willing to be a guinea pig if I can get it down.
Ugh.
Doing the vinegar.
I can't imagine how that might taste.
Vinegar and garlic diet in the 70s.
Ew.
But the
Did that work?
garlic.
Yuck.
Oh. But do you
Well,
know
it
what
kept the
it's like to get
vampires
next to somebody
away.
who's been drinking or eating garlic? Have you ever gotten on a plane? You know, you're flying solo and you get on a plane and the person next to you was up all night drinking and eating scampi or something. It was like,
Oh yeah.
nasty.
My brother eats garlic, and I'm like, dude, step
I
back.
heard of the cabbage diet.
Mm-hmm. I've heard now the cabbage I wouldn't mind making like a big pot of cabbage soup and just
I
eating
like
some
cabbage.
cabbage soup. I like cabbage too.
That's a no.
That's a no for you?
Yeah. I got the palate of like an 8-year-old. I eat chicken tenders and French fries. I don't think I've ever even tried cabbage.
Really?
No.
Oh, wow.
You know, and I wonder about I think about that too, Peachy, me, because Brad, I wonder if that kind of correlates to it. Brad has involuntary, what do I want to call it? Involuntary, almost
Like
like,
a tick. Like
ticks. Yeah.
tick.
And he doesn't even know he's doing it when he does it. And it's all like on his head. It's not in his hands or any of that kind of thing where he's shaky, but he gets like involuntary head movement. And we've been to see the neurologist several times and they've done all kinds of tests and stuff and they can't find anything that's making him do that. It's not like Parkinson's or pre-Parkinson's. And that was my first thought when I met him and noticed him doing it. But he said his wife, who, you know, passed away before he and I got together, she noticed it about 10 years ago that he was doing it, but nobody's found anything that it's correlated to. So that kind of makes me wonder. But then again, he was doing it before the Ozempic, so that probably wouldn't correlate.
Oh, it was before the Ozempic, though?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it started before the Ozempic, so I don't know. We just keep an eye on it.
Huh?
Those look cute from what I can see.
I'll show them better in a second. I'm just cleaning up my mess first so I can.
Is everybody done?
Those do look like little drumsticks.
Well, you're fixing to be done with number
Look
5.
how cute that is with the string actually going. See, I didn't see where you attach that going on the sides like that too, like little, God, what do I want to call it? Drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little tom-toms or something, I think they called them. How cute.
That turned out really cute. Can you play them?
Yeah.
Are they loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really keep an eye on it too, but we haven't noticed. I've been with Brad for 4 years now. And I
4
wondered about that
years?
too, Sherry. Yeah. Yeah, Brad and I, this is our 4-year anniversary, June. Sometime in June. We don't know
Well,
when.
congratulations.
That he followed me. Yeah, I keep watching, but I haven't noticed ticks anywhere else. It's just kind of in the head movement.
I thought I was going to put that on there. What y'all going to do for your anniversary?
Nothing.
You going to get some
I mean,
lollipops?
we went out the other night. You know, we went out the other night, and I was going to go to maybe karaoke afterwards. Saturday night after we went down to, we had Mexican food with Chris and Dave and her mom and sister and her mom's boyfriend down in Dayton, and then we were going to maybe go. A couple of us stop at karaoke. And man, that Mexican food did not sit right. I was like, I had 2 margaritas and the Mexican food, and all I wanted to do was come home. And it was like, nothing. We're going to Hawaii in September. That's how we're going to celebrate.
Oh, that's right. You're partying all right.
While you guys are doing your gang get together, we're going to be in Honolulu.
Oh, shut up, Margot.
Naked bingo, Renee says. What's today? This is just Monday, right? Bingo's not till Wednesday. Sherry says her husband had restless leg syndrome and they changed his drug regimen and the leg symptoms. Wow. Yeah, see, we haven't had any issues with any of that. Virginia said her family's in Iceland. No, I'm in Nevada, Delbert. I'm in northern Nevada. Lori Ann's in Ohio. She's up in northern Ohio. And I have 2 daughters that are actually in Ohio.
And Margot never came to visit last time. She was.
I'm sorry. The furthest north we got in Ohio was, what is it, Urbandale? We went to that flea market in Urbandale.
Mm-hmm.
Or Urbana. Urbandale or Urbana, something like
Urbana.
that. Urbana. Look at Dee. Dee's boogieing. Dee needs a date. We got to get Dee a date. A good date. A really good date. A sincere date.
She has a date waiting.
I think she does too, doesn't she?
Y'all are shut your mouth.
I'd love to go into her chat though when she's having herself and say, "Hey Dee, how was your date?" And everybody's like, "Dee, you had a date? You had
They
a date?"
do. They're all like flipping out. Who'd you go out with? What do you mean? I'm like, no, I did not. Margot, stop it. My Lord. Okay, so I'm going to show everybody mine.
Okay, hold
So
on.
these
Let
are
me make
my
you-
little
Let me
drums.
make you biggie. Hold on, woman. Let me make you big. Where is it? Where are you? Can't find you. There you are.
There I am.
You're big.
So this is the first one, and we've got our little drumsticks to match. And this is the second one. These came out. These are cute. I like these.
Those come out very cute.
I think they're
nothing what I expected.
adorable.
Okay, tell us real quick. How did you do this? Is this all hot glued together?
Basically, yeah. I bought the containers. They're gift boxes, cardboard gift boxes from Dollar Tree. I brought them home and I painted them white. Then I took material and I used spray adhesive around here to put the material on. This is the top, the actual top of the box, which I switched over to the bottom to make it look like a drum. Then I took this material is I think it was it's either a flour sack towel or something like that. And to make it look aged, I just took it and I soaked it in strong coffee for a few hours. Took it out, wringed it out, and then just let it dry by itself. I didn't put it in the dryer or anything. Then I took it and I cut it out about an inch and a half circle larger than the opening of the drum. And that's what I put over here. And then you can see I just added a border, a jute border, and little buttons and jute string to look like a little drum. And these
the buttons are hot glued on?
Huh?
The buttons are hot glued on?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
And then these are these little styrofoam balls. And I covered them in the fabric and tied them. I stuffed a dowel rod. I made a hole with the rod first, put some hot glue on the end of the dowel rod, and then stuck it inside of the styrofoam ball, and then covered them in material and tied them with jute. And actually, I was going to, I forgot, I wanted to put some dark wax on the dowel rods to darken them up. I didn't do that yet. I could probably do that with my, oh, and I also distressed the bottom of the drum with the Tim Holtz Distress ink. I probably could do the dowel rods with this stuff too, to darken them up. And that's it. I mean, really, you know, and I'm
yeah. Let me hear you drum. Let's hear you drum it. What does it sound like?
Can you put on the song Jump? Because I could do some serious air drums to that song, Jump by Van Halen.
Who drums for Van Halen?
Hell yeah. So that's it for that. And I'm going to sell these at my live sale Saturday. So if anybody's
cool.
interested, I'm just going to let you know they're going to be for sale on Saturday.
I think you're going to need to make more of those because those are really cute.
Darling.
Mine, what I did, I'm going to stand up. I made a wall flag or door
Oh my
flag
God,
or
how
wherever you
cute
want
is that?
So little wall hanging flag is just I picked out several strips of different printed fabrics of red and white. You see there's bandana, some stars, that's a bandana, some
That's a really great way to use up fabric too.
yeah. There's some lace in there, polka dots, different size polka dots, and this is one piece of fabric. I've seen them do this in different ways, just getting blue, stamping stars on it, or um, just a plain fabric. You know, different ways you could do this one. And I hung different laces in between the white lace to bring out the little lines and some little beads. So, and then it's all on one of those dowel rods that I hot glued it. Now you could tie this as well. You can make these a little longer. You pick the length you want. You could do the shorter, longer, wider, skinnier, whatever. You pick your length, but you can also just take strips of these and tie them on the dowel rod where they have little fringes on the top. You can do that. You can totally sew it if you wanted to. And then I use the lace. Everything's hot glued on this one. And I just use the lace for my hanging piece. Very simple.
My girl
easy.
Virginia Hello said, "How much?"
And I'm gonna bring this to my Wednesday sale. I'm gonna sell this.
That's
on
adorable.
Wednesday.
That is
So
very
super
cute. I like that.
That is pretty.
So for my shoulders, and it goes down to the middle of my thigh. I'll measure it though later.
That would look great on a front door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be when y'all said door wreaths originally, because we were originally going to do wreaths. I was like, ooh, I have a wreath. Can we just do anything? I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I had this idea saved in my Pinterest. So that is mine.
And you already had all of
very
that
cute.
white fabric stashed in your stash.
Are you kidding me, y'all? I'm in my
Look at
sewing
this.
room. Yeah,
Wow.
I
Look at you.
have fabric galore. This is a double closet. If you haven't seen my walk along, but this is a
No,
double closet
Virginia,
that goes all the way through.
on her
I'm gonna
regular
put one more
sale
shelf in here.
Wednesday. On her regular sale Wednesday. Tomorrow we're on
Yeah.
my channel and we're just doing girl kind of glitzy stuff. She's gonna bring that to her regular sale Wednesday.
Yeah. So
that'll be on
that's mine.
Tammy's channel Wednesday, Virginia.
Yes, my sale Wednesday with David on 7 Central, but tomorrow I'm going to be on on Margot's channel. We're having a sale on Margot's channel tomorrow, a little pop-up sale for us both at what time?
4:30 Pacific, 6:30 Central, 7:30.
See, dang it! I gotta go watch my babies. I gotta go there at 4:00. So I can't watch no damn sales when I'm watching the babies.
Oh gosh, no.
You're watching them in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching them in the evening.
4:00.
Yeah,
But it'll be 7. It'll be like 7:30 your time when we go on. So
7:30 my time.
yes. Tomorrow, 7:30 your time. It's 4:30 my time, so it's 7:30 your time.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you still working?
I'm
Yeah.
done.
No. Oh, I was asking Sugar Britches.
Oh, you're gonna make me go last?
No, you're going right now because you're big.
All right. I made a very patriotic girl here. I took a doll body and I took the head and I put a little alligator head on there. I used a wooden spool for the neck and painted it with black fusion paint so you can't see it. So the neck is glued into the body, and then I was able to put the little alligator head onto the spool. The alligator head, it was hollow under the mandible, so I did fill that in. I cut a piece of heavier cardboard and cut it in to fit there, and then look inside her mouth. She's got a bug. I put a little beetle in her mouth.
My girl Margot, she has an imagination that
And
I
she's
ain't
got
never seen.
pasties. She's got little pasties on her boobies.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And the hat,
but to be
I did
scared.
not glue the hat on. So I of course embellished this hat, and it just ties on. So the hat can come off if you want to, you know, make her a little less what do I want to say? I don't know. Anyway, I thought that she was pretty cool. I've been wanting to do
Flamboyant? Flamboyant?
a little less flamboyant. We can remove the hat. The hat comes off, but she's all dressed. She's all dressed for 4th of July.
That is just
I love her.
fantastic.
Here's the back. Here's the back. I had to actually find the doll body I had a dress on it that I didn't like. So I found a different doll and stole her clothes and stole her hair. I didn't like the hair either. So I stole the hair. And so now I've got this poor little doll in my craft closet that I'm going to have to do something with too.
Hey, Margot,
Listen to
you need
Delbert,
to add
he
some
says
red
bra.
lips on there.
Some red lips, like blood.
Bra.
No, like
This
little
is
lipstick.
everything.
After the bug. Well, at first I had just done on here, I had just done a IOD bug transfer on there, but I've got these bugs. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue that little beetle right there into her mouth so you can see the mouth there. And I got these little skulls when in Texas, when we went to the oddity show in Texas. I bought 2 of them. They weren't cheap, were they, Tammy?
No.
I knew I wanted some, and I wanted a toy with a couple of them because I knew I wanted to do one of these dolls like this. And so I kept looking for a bargain on those heads, but there's no bargains on those small little gator heads like that. So isn't she? I love her. And I might sell
Not
her.
a big.
If nobody, you know, I was thinking I might bring her to my sale, and I might sell her if somebody was seriously interested in her. Otherwise, my daughter loves these dolls, and I would wait until Christmas and wrap this up and send it to her for Christmas. You know, she loves these. I'm very proud of her for my first attempt at something like this. I think she's
Well,
good.
I haven't seen you go wrong on any of your first attempts on anything.
I know.
I know,
That's
patriotic
fabulous.
gators on it. Uh-huh. It's like, let freedom ring, you know. Hey, get me out of the swamp. I love her.
I could see that somebody loving that from Louisiana or Florida. Where all
That
the
reminds
gators are
me of
wild.
something from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, yeah.
I love her. So now I'm going to have to
Yes.
take that other
Pasty.
poor doll that I stole her hair and stole her clothes and everything and do something with her, I guess. I don't know.
Wait, she
what
has
to do with
pasties?
her.
She
What
has
did you-
pasties?
Well, I have these things, and I was toying with them the other night, and I thought those would be perfect with the little tassels and everything on them.
In case her
Apple
dress falls off,
Martini.
she has
Apple
pasties.
Martini said,
I put little red stars on her little shoes too, so that she'd match. Mm-hmm.
Apple
What did she say?
Martini said to use the other doll for Halloween. She's in pieces already.
I know she made
Yeah.
one too. She sent me a picture of it not too long ago. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I did. I made us a patriotic gator doll.
Love it.
Oh.
All right, show us your 30 projects you just did.
Well, I attempted to make a drum. It did not come out. So I didn't add the drum to this, but I did print off some old pictures, and I was going to put a little drum here, but it didn't work out. So we just have the little fan at the top. And then I didn't show this. I took a horn and covered it. I stripped the fabric. And so this is just like a little party horn. It's fabric that I just tightened over it, like strips of it.
That's cute.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna like antique it a bit because I like that look. I did a little fabric fan, and
That
that's
is cute.
with just a wood piece and some fabric and a button in the middle.
I like that.
And
And
then,
that would look cute on different sizes like that on sticks, different sizes, different circles, and make them into flowers, a bunch of flowers.
oh yeah, or you could use that to make like a banner too. Different
Oh, yeah,
sizes.
you could.
That would be cute. And then I did a little ornament here with an embroidery hoop
That is cute.
and took some fabric. This is
It
made
is
out of
so
like faux
cute.
leather. Put some little flags on there, and I don't know.
Look at you got a great little already ready to
An
decorate.
assemblage.
I know her
Not
little
an
vignettes that
assemblage,
she does. She can make
a
vignettes.
vignette. A vignette.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then
She's not
I love her.
I had this old, it's ribbon. I cut it apart and just used what is this called? The top of it, I guess. There's a name for it. And then I had a doll that was in pieces, so I glued her to it and then just made a hat out of the cone. So a little patriotic. I think the hat probably needs something else to adorn it, but I didn't really have anything else.
That is something.
That's just her right now.
Right, put one of those little toothpick flags right there in the middle of that hat.
Oh, there you go.
I do have a bunch of those. Where did
I have not one flag.
Oh, here they are. I antiqued that one, but like a little flag on there.
Yeah, something like
Just
that.
take the stick off and just use the flag.
Yeah, just take the stick off and
Mhm.
Or I could just stick it in her hair.
or stick it in her hair.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I love her.
that's what I did.
That is fabulous.
Here, hey, y'all hold up some of your items and somebody take a screenshot for us.
Hold on. Mine are rolling about.
I don't know if I like all that in front of her face. We all have such different tastes, don't we?
Hell yeah. That's what makes it
I got it.
fun.
Hello, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Hiya,
Hiya,
I
Mary.
love doing these.
Fun.
And it actually makes me sit down and actually do something until I really get really into it.
Right.
See, you're already into it.
I want to
You
get
gotta
back
work your
to
channel
some of
for
my
it.
painting, but my hands have been so sensitive, and I just haven't had the insensitive I haven't had the incentive to get everything out and cover my counter space again. But I've got those wonderful IOD transfers that Dee has. I've got two sets of them. I couldn't just get one set. I had to
What,
get two of them.
the Saint Germain ones?
Yeah, the ones that are that like the wildflowers that you've been doing so much on the black.
Oh,
with.
yeah.
Called, I don't remember, but I think I have the same. I think that it's not the
That
same.
one's called the Lost Garden.
Yeah, I've got two of that. I went a couple of weeks ago and stocked up on the little outfit locally that does carry the IOD, so I stocked up on a bunch of that. So
I just
I
bought,
wanna
well,
get
I
back
bought
to that.
two of the summer release, the smaller book. I forgot what it's called. It's got all the retro,
God, I don't know. I would
Retro,
have to
like
look
in,
into that. But I like the
70s
smaller
color?
books because the transfers are smaller for smaller projects. So many of the bigger books are for bigger pieces of furniture. They make
yeah.
for people who do that. But you can still use those on a lot of things too. So
Yeah, because you can cut them up.
Yeah.
You can cut them up.
Uh-huh.
Dee, the
So-
retro, are they like 70s style colors or what?
No, it's more like retro, like font, not so
Okay.
much colors, so to speak. I just made two rolling pins. That'll be in my sale Saturday. I'll show you a couple things that I did.
I've got one
Well,
rolling
we have
pin that
everybody
I
here.
haven't done anything with yet.
Hey, while we have everybody here, what do y'all think we should make next? Margot wants to have it on her channel next, and then Sugar
If
Britches
everybody's
after
okay
that.
with that, I'm still low man, but that would still, it would be fun. You know, I'm slowly growing, but it would be fun. I would be
Well, if we
totally
tell
happy
everybody
with
that it's
it.
there, they'll come. If they want to see
Mhm.
crafts, they'll come. You hear that, Dee?
Yes.
What should our next project be? And Margot wants to have it hosted on her channel, and we'll go reading around the rosies. We'll start
Ring around the rosies.
every so often. We'll have it
Well,
on each
I
other's
was
channel.
thinking the project I threw at Tammy the other day, but I've been thinking about trying was lampshades. And I think I mentioned that to you too, Dee, that I wanted to try a lampshade, like a decoupage. I saw somebody was thrifting in some antique mall somewhere. I don't remember who it was, but somebody had a bunch of these decoupage lampshades that were beautiful.
You could put transfers on lampshades too.
I wondered about that too. See, I thought, okay,
Transfers you can put on material.
yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It'd just be a little bit tricky if you're doing it on like a lampshade, getting it into the right surface to transfer it on. So it's hard enough that you can rub it in while you're doing it, right?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if you could stick your hand behind it.
As long as you've got something, a surface behind it to rub it
Yeah.
on.
I've seen people do lampshades.
Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about trying that.
This is a little bench that I bought at an estate sale. And so I painted it and distressed it. And this was one of the transfers out of that booklet that I'm telling you about. So I did that.
That was out of which booklet? Oh, out of that.
I can't remember the name of it. It's one of the smaller booklets.
Okay.
It's not a big one, and it had all of the vintage like that you could put on canister sets where it says sugar, flour. It's got rolling pins in it, chickens. It's got it's awesome. So I did that, and then out of the menagerie, or not menagerie, the
I know which one. The one with the bugs, Milo's.
No. The one I just was talking about.
Oh, I can't remember.
Saint Germain. Saint Germain. I made this for my Aunt Dana.
Oh,
that's pretty.
Was that hard to get in the grooves?
Here, let
Not
me
really, but
let me
what
show you
happens
one
is
that I've
it,
done. Hang on.
That's
it
pretty.
cracks. But these are very bright, vivid florals, which is why I put them on black. But it's a jewelry box or a keepsake box. It's got a mirror inside. This is an old box. You could tell by like the mirror. The mirror is it's got like discoloration on the mirror.
Yeah.
But
I see,
so I
yeah.
made that for her birthday coming up in August.
Virginia, are you okay?
This is one of the first ones that I did, and I haven't been able to bring myself to bring it to a sale because I loved it so much too.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember the book on this, but I don't remember the name of it. But I did order another set because I liked these so well. And
What transfer book is that one?
I don't remember. See, I've got stuff inside of it, so I'm not going to pull it all out. But I did. I'd have to go back and look at it. But it wasn't. It was like one of last year's.
Okay.
And it also has the big roses that are more of like a yellowish almost that I have used on teapots that I like so well too. But this was like this was one of the first pieces I did, and then this is the one. I don't think that was. I think I added the moth onto that one right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You know what? the entire shape of it itself is very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love that
Yeah.
shape. It's
Bye,
very different.
Sherry.
I love that one. Yeah, I haven't been able to bring that one to us. I love the way
Sherry.
it even came over and the way I made the leaf come over on the back on it too. And then I signed it back there. But no, I haven't been able to get myself to sell that one. I look at it and I'm like, ah.
It's hard to part
really
with
just
some
fond
of
of
your things that you make, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the same way with some of my stuff. It's like, you just.
I know. I have a box full of polymer clay stuff that I made for the 8 or 10 years that I was doing it. And it's like, I don't want to throw it out. What am I going to do with it? I mean, I made all kinds of like pendants and jewelry and figurines and,
Well, people would buy that.
you know, I mentioned it in one of my thrift haul videos. I showed a bunch of different pieces that I had to see if there was any interest, but there wasn't really any interest. So it all just sits in the
Bring
box.
one to a sale and put it up for sale and see where it goes.
Yep.
The Virginia ox. What do you mean, Virginia? What are you talking about, girl? What am I going to do with the Virginia ox?
Yep, she says box. The Virginia box.
No, she said, what in the world you going to make with the Virginia ox? I
She
keep
meant to say
wondering. I don't know what she's talking about. Virginia ox, Virginia box.
Yeah.
Oak box with Virginia on the top in blue.
Oops.
The big oak box with Virginia on top in blue.
Let me show you another box I have.
I don't have that.
Tell me whether you think I'm crazy for thinking about painting this
I
one.
don't have anything here I made.
I have rocks I painted.
The wood is so absolutely gorgeous on this, but it's almost like Karen Williams. I'm afraid somebody's going to come down my throat for painting silver plate. You know, do I paint this? Do I dare paint this one? It could be so pretty
that's
painted,
pretty.
don't you think?
Is that cherry wood?
I don't know.
Looks
I
like
don't
cherry
know.
wood.
Just
It's
look
got,
at the
Put it
doors
a little
on the
higher. We can't
inside.
see it. Oh, it's floor inside the felt.
It's felted. The drawers are all felted on the inside. This drawer's got a little bit of a crack there.
I would paint it. I like painted wood though.
She's the rebel.
And I know somebody said, no, you can't paint that. And I'm like, why not?
I love chippy wood. Like when Dee does her crackle, it makes it chippy.
Yeah.
I love it.
See,
Yeah.
and I'm not into that's with the milk paint and stuff. And the milk paint, I'm not as drawn to as Dee is. I love what she does with it, and I think it turns out wonderful. But I'm not as drawn to the milk paint.
oh, I love it. Well,
I know
then,
you
but
do.
you don't have to. You could just use the crackle stuff on regular chalk paint to get that effect. If you don't like the milk paint.
Well, I tell you what, we're box happy over here. Every time we go thrifting, David's picking up a box. I said I could have a whole dang sale of nothing but boxes of different sizes, different shapes, different designs. I could have a box sale.
My only
I
concern
have,
with
and I
this
picked up some intending to.
is
upcycle.
pulling the little hardware off, though. Look at all of these little pieces that have this little hardware on them.
Yeah.
And it's not screws. You can't get to it from behind because of the felt. I mean, you just can't. So I'm assuming those are like little tiny itty bitty nails. You see it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
they look
pry
like
those
they're little
off.
tacks. Yeah.
Yeah, you can pry that off.
Okay.
You just would need a very
Round
small
straight.
flathead screwdriver
Okay.
and just slide it underneath and just pop,
Okay.
pop it up. Yeah, you
Try
can
not
get
to bend
those
them.
up.
But that one's going to take some work to do it, too. If I decide to redo that one, it's going to definitely take some work. But I think it could be gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Upcycled.
I was
My
supposed
gosh,
to do
Virginia,
wooden frames.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember what?
The box she's referring to.
A large wooden
Oh.
jewelry box with no design. Her mom made and has my name on top.
Virginia, I think I might have redid that a long time ago because I don't have that down in my craft room.
She says she sent it with four drawer box last year. I sent it with the 4-drawer box last year.
Yeah, I redid the 4-drawer jewelry box, and it was like it had gold on it and roses, and it was all it needed a remake. But I did that one, but I think I did. Yeah, but I might not have filmed it, Virginia. I might have redid it and just sold it. I might not have filmed it, made a video of it, is what I'm saying.
She said you didn't redo it yet. And then she put black. I love the black. I'm totally drawn to the black. I love everything that you do, Dee. I love all of your farmhouse colors, and I've invested in some of those lighter pastels. But when it comes down to it, it's like I always just want to go right to black.
I do the black when I have brightly colored transfers, like this the one I just. Why can I not remember the name of that friggin' book?
I don't know. I know which one you're talking
Germain.
about.
The Saint Germain and the Lost Garden, those belong on black. Those colors, all those colors in those transfers belong on a black background because they just pop.
So are y'all interested in doing another one?
Oh,
Like in a month or
absolutely.
so?
Of course. Of course.
Absolutely, but we got to figure out what we're going to do.
Well, we can all Instagram and talk about it. I came up with the idea of a lampshade. Tammy thought that was a good idea, but and it wouldn't have to be like a big lamp. I was thinking about kind of toying with some small ones. If I could find a little set of small lamps or something, and do it like a little set or something that would match. I don't know. Well, whatever we want to do with it. It wouldn't have to be decoupage or transfer. You could do whatever you want with it.
We can say lampshade and you do what y'all want.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
If that's something that you think of that you can bring to life. Dee's thinking, what can I do? I already have 2 ideas in mind.
I'm always afraid I'm going to get hit with something that I've never toyed with before, and I'm going to be like, oh God, how am I going to make this one happen?
What do you think, Miss Sugar Britches?
I don't know anything about lampshades. I was going to suggest something like someone said in the chat, primitive, but I mean, you could do, I don't know about a lampshade. You're going to decoupage it, or you're going to use like.
No, you do what you want. Don't
you
even
do anything you want
just
to.
mention that's what she would do. I was thinking I can do something with fabric. Fabric is in many different ways of tearing it. Yes.
Okay.
Pictures, slideshow, slides, wiring, wire around the lampshade, making it 3D even. I mean, hey, there's endless possibilities. You can take a lampshade as it is and add to it, or you can strip the lampshade down.
Mary Royer said.
Can I offer you a shot of scatterbrain?
You can title it "Getting Shady."
Love it. I love that.
Aw. Virginia says jewelry. I don't know. I've never done jewelry.
Someone else said something beachy.
Beachy.
Something
Can it be black?
beachy. A piece of furniture.
Well, a piece of furniture could be anything from like something like this or like yours.
Yeah.
Steve. Any of
Because it would have to be small that we can ship.
Yeah.
I've got.
If we weren't going to keep it, that is. Did she say bikini?
A bikini.
Doing it in bikinis or making bikinis?
Well, what I made tonight was considered primitive.
It does look very primitive.
So
And if it's in the fourth of patriotic theme.
right, primitive patriotic.
Oh, what's the next holiday?
Halloween.
Is it? The next one is Halloween?
Yeah.
After September, Labor Day. But that goes with all the red, white, and blue stuff. This is before I realized the hint of the thing where when you decoupage to use like a white surface behind it.
Right.
And so this was one of my first attempts. And of course I did it black and tried to decoupage over the black. If you look real close, you can see the black cats.
Yeah.
And on this side.
Oh, I like that.
We could
And
each
with
paint a canvas.
And I try to make it like a pumpkin tree instead of an apple tree.
Oh, there you go.
It's a purse.
That's
It's one of those wood purses.
Oh,
Lorianne, what did you say about a canvas?
I said we could each paint a canvas.
Oh my God.
Marco's like ready to throw up.
what
on
is it
that
called?
one.
Wine and
Actually paint.
Yeah.
I can draw. I'm not a good painter. I can draw.
I got an
I know.
idea.
I'm like,
I used to be able to draw. I could look at something and draw it, but to think of
Bingo.
something in my head and do it. Oh, how cute is
see,
that?
that's adorable.
See, I don't think I could paint something like that. I don't know how to
Me
paint.
too.
Ourselves as an animal.
Paint ourselves as an animal.
I would be a snake.
I'm gonna be a bat.
I'm a
Yeah,
dog.
you'd be a bat.
I would be a warthog.
My first thought was a bird, Dee, but okay.
Oh my God. Oh, warthog. Where did you come
Yeah,
up
like
with that?
Pumbaa. You know, Timon and Pumbaa. Come on now. Oh, look at
That was
Gino.
What did you know?
Sounds like a bunch of cackling hens down. Man, what's going on? Are you guys
Yes,
partying or
sir.
actually doing something?
No, we're done. We're done with it now.
We did something.
We
Okay.
Hey,
sure
Halloween.
did.
I tell you, we could do a couple before Halloween because I have all kinds of ideas for Halloween. If I didn't sell it, I lost all the ones that I did have, but I had some really cool ones. Some cool ones. Some people hated on them. They were, too, as well.
I liked
'cause they
your
had to do with
Halloween
baby dolls.
stuff. We could do those paper mache Halloween jack-o'-lanterns, like the paper
Oh,
pumpkins.
yeah.
I would
Yeah,
love
with
to
the
know how to
balloons
do
and
that.
And I've never messed with it.
Are those the ones that you paper mache on a balloon?
How did I do mine? I may have made a couple of them, but yes, you can use a balloon, you can use a ball, whatever. And I just use strips of tissue paper or newsprint, whatever. You got to let it dry. So maybe if everyone does their pumpkin ahead of time, and then we decorate them or paint them. And then you can take tissue paper and glue it inside to do your eyes and your mouth because you cut it open and the light can come through. Something else I did too is I took cray paper, the rolls of cray paper,
Right.
and I cut them in little squares about like this big. And then I took my pumpkin. I think I used a plastic pumpkin from like the dollar store, and I took glue and I kind of like the coffee filter wreaths. I glued them. I folded the paper around the end of my let me show you. my pen, put some glue on it, folded it around, put glue on the end, and stuck it to the pumpkin, and it made it 3D all the way around.
Okay, gotcha.
So it gave it a really cool texture, but that might be fun too.
So like if you were to take and do like a balloon paper mache and you take it and you blow up your balloon and you take your like, what do you use? Mod Podge and your strips and do it all around it and let it dry. So then you pop your balloon and you've got a round piece. You carve out of that after it's already dry. You would carve your eyes and do all that.
Yeah.
After. Okay.
Okay, you did say a ball. How do you get the ball out if you did a ball? You have to do a balloon,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, but you just pop the balloon and then you can peel out the insides of the balloon from
Yeah,
inside. The
But she said ball, so I was wondering how you do
I
that.
never saw it done with a ball.
You could also get
a
a cheap
ball.
pumpkin from the dollar store or wherever and do your paper mache over that to give yourself the texture and paint it, you know?
How do you get? Oh, okay. You just like the tissue or it stays on the pumpkin. Okay, you're redecorating it basically.
You're
Right.
adding texture and you're going to paint it, and then you could cut your eyes out. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Would you want to add like, I mean, hypothetically, before you cut your eyes out and say, I mean, hypothetically, you popped your balloon on the inside and you want to retexture it. What do you use to retexture it? Would you retexture it with like more Mod Podge or maybe do it with like, what is that when you can mix like baking soda or something and make it a thicker kind of a paste and give it.
Yeah. Flour, like Mary said, flour and water, dip the newspapers in and cut strips. The problem is we're going to have our pumpkins done, or we do the first one where we're making our pumpkins and then the next one where we're decorating them. Like a two-part.
Also, Roxana Sellers suggested where you buy the picture from the Goodwill and you add ghosts and all that.
Yes,
I
I've seen those
wanted to
too.
try
That's
that.
a great idea too, but I
Yeah.
haven't been able to find any pictures like that.
But
that
you
I
know
can-
what? You can get some of
I've
those.
been looking for that.
Some of those Temu canvases you could probably even do that with and then frame them because Temu's got a ton of
Yes.
different canvases and stuff. So you could probably do that without looking because you don't really want to take a real painting, a real piece and probably do that too. Or look like with the old pictures, like the cabinet cards with the witch hat and that kind of thing.
Like I used to do. Yeah, those.
Uh-huh.
So you could also use like old pictures, just reprint them. And then you can craft with these if you wanted to make them little witches and stuff like that, or the skeletons.
I've done those. I've done those on real old black and whites, the real ones.
Yeah, I have a few that I did that I put out at Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I did the witches hats on and stuff.
Or we could decorate witch hats for each one of us.
Oh, that's easy. That's doable.
She's already done one.
I didn't even get my
Actually,
damn
we did that one year.
cocktail.
We made hats, didn't we? That was the whole
I had
thing.
that one. Yes, you and I and who did that with us? Lorianne, did you do that one with us where we did the hats?
I don't think so.
I made a spider. I had a spider on
And
a headband.
Martha, you and me and Martha for sure. And somebody else did it. Weren't there four of us?
It wasn't you, Dee?
Who?
It wasn't you, Dee?
No.
Me, Martha, and Margot.
Was it just
I don't
us
remember.
three?
I never
don't
made
remember.
a
I
hat.
just feel it.
Yeah, I've still got mine. It hangs in there. You can see it every time I do a live sell. It sits back there with my nuns almost. And I ended up doing like a morning hat. with a
Perfect.
veil.
Halloween things with
I
nuns.
like my little spider. It covered my whole head. It looked like
I
that.
loved that. I know, and you did that with.
I'd have to do it again. I lost that one.
Yeah, I liked that one. That was adorable. There were four of
Or
us.
did I
Was
sell
it-
it?
God,
I don't
who
know.
else
I'd have to
did
go
that
back
with
and
us?
look.
We'd have to go look.
Cheryl,
Well,
are you talking about the witch?
And Roxana
pictures?
says, "Or make wicked dolls." I can see now, and I've thought about doing with dolls too, not to where they're like little babies that are
I've done
totally
those.
hatcheted up and stuff. But I'd like to take another doll like this with a
Oh,
different
yes.
kind of a head, and maybe paint like drops coming out of the eyes or something. Still make it tasteful, but spooky kind of thing.
I've
Oh, look, what do
made
you got?
I made dolls into Halloween.
See, look at
pieces.
this.
It says
And you did that. You did that though with the air dry clay, didn't you? You made those
It's-
molds with air dry clay.
yeah, she doesn't have any arms or anything yet, but this I'm making into Mother Nature. And so I took an old Christy doll because she has that hole in her head from when her hair
Right.
grew. And I added all kinds of just natural things, and then I stuck it on a cone, and then I used all of the my molds to just add
Right.
a bunch of detail on there.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
And I think I want to add some arms for her here, but
But you haven't found the right arms yet. And it's
no. I
yeah.
didn't know if I wanted to do like angel arms or, like the draped arms, or I don't know. She's just been
What
sitting
about
there.
what about the arms off the Chrissy doll?
I might have thrown it away.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't even know how I would attach them though.
Mhm.
It's just a paper cone. So I'm thinking maybe just some attach it back here. And then I use cotton balls to make clouds.
That's cool.
See, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I haven't perfected the air clay yet, so
Got to. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I know I
it's
have all
not
my
hard
fun
at
Halloween
all.
stuff on my Instagram. All that fun stuff that I made. I enjoyed doing that. I did get some slack out of it. People getting
I
mad
know you.
that
Yeah, I remember the one you did a
that I
baby doll.
used
and
a
people-
baby doll
Yeah, you got to
that
be
made it
careful with
evil.
those. But I would
That's a
rather
good
do like
idea,
a more
Mary.
mature doll and do something like a vampira or something more witchy. Well, and I've got another one. Let me show you this.
That's a good idea, Mary. She said do twigs, like a very natural twig arm.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
See the lampshade? I have a couple of lampshades in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just took the fabric off the shade and used the form.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Those were the evil dolls, baby
Oh,
dolls.
that's cool. Look
nobody-
at that.
Now she was green. When I bought her, her dress was green. I created the hat, so I painted, but I wasn't happy. I used that. My least favorite transfers are ones you used recently, and it's that fairyland thing or fairy garden something. And I used some of those, but I didn't like the way they came out. And then I tried kind of going over them. So it's very imperfect. It's very imperfect on the transfer work.
Is that wood?
It's metal.
It is.
It's
Okay.
Oh,
metal.
that's cool.
That is cool.
But
Yeah.
she's still, I mean, she's not bad. She was one of my first experiments with transfers. And I don't know, I wanted to try to see if there's a way that you can actually, I mean, can I remove these transfers? Would it be, I mean, can I sand them off?
Yeah,
maybe?
you would have to sand them.
That's what I'm thinking. And then almost starting it over.
Right.
Well, if you were to keep those
Or-
on there and just take a thin lace and glue the lace over the top, that might give it a cool effect. where you can
Something
just
like
see it
that. Yeah, I
through.
kind of thought about something like that. Now I did do, this is an air dry clay thing that I did here on the spider. I
You
did
could sand the transfers with like a 220 grit sandpaper.
By hand.
Yeah, and then you could just paint over it.
With the fusion black and then do different transfers on it. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's a cool doll.
And then this was
I
just
like
a
her.
funny little hat that I found somewhere. I can't remember. And I painted it, added more with the gold embellishment on it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
There's my pumpkin doll.
I remember
See,
that
I
one.
love
That was cool.
I like that pumpkin one.
Made her a hat and everything. And my freaky pumpkin.
I'll be
We
right
could do a
back.
creepy doll.
Huh?
We could each pick up a creepy doll at the
Yeah, you know what? I could just we could do another doll kind of thing, and I could redo her. I could get that I could redo her. I'd like to redo her.
Here's my my Freddy baby.
See, is that the one that you got a lot of ridicule for?
No,
No, I bought one from you that I sent to my sister or my daughter. Who do you have there?
He's woken up. He's hungry.
Is this your grandbaby or something? Who is this?
Can you say
How
hi?
old is he?
Oh,
I was gonna say you got a
No,
grandbaby.
he isn't. He's not real. He's not even real. Oh, you scared me. Oh my God. Oh my
I make
God.
fake babies.
You make
I make them. Yeah, I got a whole bunch.
you made that baby.
Yes. His hair's a mess, but
Hey, let's not leave me out of the equation.
Oh my God.
You made that baby too, huh?
Now, how did you make him, Lorianne?
they're called reborns, and so you just buy your molds and then paint them inside and out, and you use mohair for the hair. I gotta fix his hair. It looks better when it's wet. It gets curly.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
I
Leanne. If
know,
you
Cheryl,
can
I
make
agree.
a living looking baby, you can make anything. If you can make that, I think you can make anything.
And they feel like real babies.
Wow. How many babies you got?
She freaked me out. I thought she brought this baby in and she was loving on me. She acted like she dropped it.
Let me see. I have a lot of them upstairs, but I do have some down here. This one's hair is a hot mess right now.
You made those, Lorianne?
Yeah, I gotta fix his hair. His hair's a mess.
Oh my God,
So
those
you
are
can buy
so
the
cool.
kits and then you add like mohair for the hair. So the mohair, is that the same kind of hair that we use in felting? The same
Yeah.
kind of like wool? No shit.
Yeah.
Those
Wow.
are so cool.
Oh, they're upstairs in the bedroom, Bubba.
Who's evil?
Oh, Lorianne acting like she was dropping that baby.
I would guess.
Or one of the dolls
did
that I
too,
showed.
Jenny, I know. I was like,
Yeah, they're good for. I think I'm gonna donate some of them because I have. These are just when I used to do like sell them back in the day. These were my like examples for people to hold and stuff.
Right.
So she has one. I made one for her. So they're good for like Alzheimer's and dementia patients. So I'm thinking of donating a couple for that. But
Oh, she didn't like your pumpkin doll, Tammy. She.
I love
Creepy.
the pumpkin doll.
I had a couple of evil dolls.
Those are very cool. Those are like real life dolls, whatever they call them.
So
Yeah, look how
what'd you tell me?
cute.
220 grit sandpaper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
D220. Okay.
yeah. Just so that it's not raised at all. It smooths it out, but you don't want to like dig into the metal, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Just
220
to
or
be able to take it off.
even 400 grit would work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I would just go back over it. I would use a fusion. Definitely
Yeah.
use black fusion on it and redo that. And then I would go over it with a different like the whatever it is, that one that we like so much, you know.
Yeah. Lost
That would be
Garden.
great on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you find that? It's metal, you said? It's a
I
metal?
found it in our honey hole, yeah. And her dress was green. And then she's got like spotting on her hands and her face, like somebody like splattered her. And so I kind of tried to do with that was to go over it. I think I used a dark wax and I should have done a clear wax first because now I can't wipe the dark wax off. But it's okay if I wouldn't be uncomfortable with the face and that kind of thing if I could just change up the dress, go back and do that and do the right.
So she don't look spotted on her hands and face no more? It worked?
Do what?
Even? She
I
don't
would
look
leave the
spotted on her
spotting in
hands?
there. I would leave it. Even Brad was, when he first started, he's like, why is it like that? And I said, that was the way it was. My God, see, you can see how she's got some spotting on her and like on her
Like her
hands.
teeth?
It's like warts.
their hair's a mess.
So how do you make those?
So
She has a mold?
You
Now
would buy
I
your
found
molds.
her that way. She's metal, and I found her at our honey hole.
No, no. Lorianne's doll, baby.
Oh, yeah, those.
So
How
you
do you make that, Lorianne?
So you can buy your molds. They have I think I went to Bountiful Baby back in the day, and you would buy your face and your hands and your feet, right? And then you paint them on the inside. This is how we used to do them. It's changed over the years. I used to do them in the early 2000s. These are from the early 2000s. So we would paint them inside like a lavender color, and then you would paint them on the outside and then root the hair. You root eyelashes. People could say, I want a girl, I want a boy, I want blue eyes, I want open eyes, I want closed eyes. And they could customize the hair color, everything like that. So these are all
So
my
are
like
they,
little
they're silicone? Are they made from silicone?
silicone, but I also have vinyl as well. Like these are silicone, these are more expensive, but this first one I showed you is vinyl. And so how I started was I would go to Walmart and they had these babies. I have one here, I can show you.
People are asking if you sell them.
I used to, but I haven't. These are just display ones that I have, right? But we would
Are you going to sell your display ones?
yeah, I could. So you would buy this
They're
is a
for
smaller
sale, guys.
They were called Behringer dolls. This is how I started with these from Walmart. I picked this one up at a garage sale because I was going to redo it. But you would cut it apart, which is awkward, I know. You would take it all apart. Usually I wouldn't use the torso. I would use a cloth body. Pop the head off. I'd cut the eyes out, take all the paint off, and then you start from scratch. And you bring it to life with your paint, your glass eyes, the hair, the mohair, and then you use the cloth body and you weight it with those little plastic pellets and that what is it, like the cotton stuff, polyfill?
Yeah.
Use that, weight it, and you could make lifelike babies.
That's very
But this
cool.
is how I started. We're just Walmart dolls, and then if you look up reborns now, they look so real because the molds are more realistic. The paint has, you know, over time changed, and you
better.
Yes. So these are all old displays that I've had since, like I said, early to mid 2000s. So
yeah, those are very cool.
Wow.
I forgot. I gotta
Tickle my
actually
throat.
cover up the bottom here.
Those are almost just realistically spooky. It's like AI. There's
Yeah.
have you seen the ad on YouTube? I don't know how much YouTube you guys watch when you're
A newborn.
anyway.
The newborn one.
Oh my God.
Full body. He's anatomically correct.
Is he? Let's see.
Yes.
We want to see. We want to see. There's some kind of a jewelry store like Claire's or something, somebody that's closing, and they've got this ad on that they're closing, and after all these years, thank you for being a customer and blah, blah, blah. And I swear the more I look at this woman who's doing this thing, it's an AI. It's got to be an AI. The AIs have gotten really good.
Isn't that crazy? Sometimes you can't tell nowadays. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, tell me this. Now, you know, because before they were like, say somebody did something and they take them to court, right? And they're like, I didn't do that. And now how hard is it going to be? Because AI is so realistic. Like you could create that scenario.
I didn't do that. The AI did that. But somebody's controlling that AI and programming that AI, right?
But you could
somebody's
almost
got to be behind it.
You could make somebody look like they did something and then sue them, and they'll be like,
Well,
"You're on," you know. It's like,
Marianne's giving everybody ideas in the chat.
And all of this catfish stuff that I've been watching, y'all, I swear to God, it's not the actual catfish guys from the very beginning. There's another channel, and they're called Catfished or Scam Fished. And they go back. I mean, these people that are getting hustled into this stuff, but I mean, these people are able to almost AI videos, even though they tell the person they're chatting with, I can't FaceTime with you, but I'm going to send you this video. And they send a video that makes it look like, hey, Dee, you know what, you're the girl in my heart. You're the girl I'm coming for, blah, blah, blah. All you got to do is keep helping me. And because they can make like the mouth move in those directions, and people are sucked in by this shit because of all this AI technology, you know, it's scary. It's really, really scary.
That's freaky that they take our old black and whites. Not only are they making them talk now, but they're making them move. The black and whites are the old.
Well, look at
Just
Tina, a
photos, not
vision and
necessarily
vintage.
black and white.
Look at, I don't know what software program she uses when she creates her introduction and everything that she
Yeah,
does.
see, I don't know how to do any kind of
I would
stuff.
love to. I don't know what program she's using, but I'd love
Program.
to do
As
her
a program. Ask Sugar Britches over there. She's doing it too. That's
Are
what she
you?
sent y'all.
Oh yeah, look at all of those little things that you're making with all of us doing all this weird stuff. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I like have no clue about stuff like that.
It's
I
just
don't
an
either.
application.
And that's another one. We could be doing
Dee
we
only
could
knows
do
how to do Snapchat, y'all.
a tutorial with us four where to between
Her
Tammy
and her
and
Cheetos.
Leanne, they could be teaching us some stuff, Dee, because I am totally out of the loop on this stuff. Tammy, while I was in Texas, tried to teach me some things I'm able to do, but to do that type of thing where you can take and create all the stuff that you guys are making, I am clueless. So we need to do
I don't even know what AI means.
artificial intelligence.
What is it?
Artificial intelligence.
Oh, that's kind of scary.
It is scary because there's even been like legislation in some states about prohibiting some of this stuff due to motion picture industry, because then they don't have to hire actors and actresses anymore because they can create AIs to do everything.
Oh, right.
So,
yeah.
Somebody's getting paid for making that AI, putting it together. Somebody getting paid good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't do very well in my life, did I? I wasn't the smart cookie in the box.
Me neither, girl. I'm even thinking I was going to retire.
I just make flags out of scrap.
I was going to retire in July, but I'm thinking
it's before my generation. We weren't brought up in a generation where computers were an automatic thing in school. I mean, when my girls were bringing home things from school and homework that I was supposed to try to help them with, I was stupid. I felt totally out of place and totally stupid, and things are completely different now. So. And Brad's not going to do it for me.
And
be my tech man.
That's right.
Yeah, I was going to say I was planning on retiring in July because I'll be 62, because I'm afraid if I don't retire in the next couple years, we're not going to have any retirement.
We talked a lot about that. Brad and I talked a lot about that too when we got to that age. And people were telling me, wait until your full retirement age before you start collecting your Social Security. You can't get your Medicare until you're 65, though. So that's not going to happen until you're 65. But you can start collecting Social Security at 62. Start getting it, Dee. Start getting it, because how do you know you're going to live 4 or 5 more years or until that?
I know. And I mean, like I said, I'm afraid that if I wait, we're not going to have it anymore. You know what I mean? But my other thing is, what I'm worried about is you can only make so much extra.
But
Social Security.
Once you hit your full retirement age, you can make as much above that as you want.
Right. So for 3 years,
turn 65.
You got to be careful for 3 years.
For about 5 more years, and be very careful.
I would have to be very careful for 3 years. But I'm thinking, am I going to be able to survive on my Social Security? And if I don't have I can't have 4 live sales a month because I would go over. So I would only be able
unless we can figure out a way to launder it.
You can do it under your son's name and collect the money.
There's some other avenues we can discuss. I do
all
not
you're gonna do is help him grow his Social Security.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried.
Venmo.
I'm just worried about not being able to make ends meet for 3 years. That's what I'm worried about.
What's Mary say? Try doing it now, Margot. I have a 16-year-old granddaughter. I'm clueless on school. Oh, I know, Mary. I know, totally.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to remember when I first started my YouTube channel. It's been almost 5 years ago. Can you believe I've been doing this for almost 5 years? And I'm only at 772 subscribers.
I'm only at like 9:30 or something.
How long you've been doing it, Lorianne?
She was doing it before me.
Mm-hmm.
She was
I
on
still
before
haven't
me.
gotten to 1,000.
Okay. Do I need to preach? No. Do I need to preach this to y'all again? You cannot live and grow
Content.
on live sales alone. You have to make content. Get
I've been
yourself
trying.
out
Last
there.
week, I
Hashtag.
did 2 haul
Hashtag.
videos. What else did I do last week? I've been trying. I'm trying.
I totally get it because I'm doing it and I have not grown and I've done it
But you
as
know
long as
what?
he has.
But even regardless, you know, I may not have 1,000 subscribers, but come to my channel and I do my sales. We have really good, fun people, and I appreciate each and every one of them.
Yep.
Olga says she waited till full retirement. See, I was trying to remember. So I was like, if I've been doing it 5 years, I was about 63 or 64 when I started doing this. So I was not full retirement age yet, but I wasn't making a lot originally. And now
I'm going at 62. I'm doing it at 62. As soon as I'm able, I'm going. One, because my mama, her 3 sisters, her mother, and her father all died in their 60s. So I'm probably going to die in my 60s, y'all. So I'm taking it at 62.
Oh no, you better not. No.
Yeah,
No.
I probably will. I mean, they all, that side of the family all did not make it through
No.
through the
Okay,
60s.
now Olga says that she waited
It was
till
a
full
$400
retirement because it was a $400 difference. But I heard that they make all of that up to you when you reach the full retirement age, is what I thought I heard. I could be wrong, but I don't know.
See, and she says she can make whatever too above hers. So, and that's where I'm at. It doesn't matter. Yeah. See, I'm 68 years old. I get like $1,600 a month on my Social Security.
Okay, now wait. What is full retirement? Is that 65 or
It depends.
67?
It depends on the year you were born. See, my full retirement was like 67 and a half or something like that for me. And I was born in 1957. So you have to go back and look at the year you were born to where
Right.
Brad's got
I have that I was born in 63. I think it's 67. But
it probably is. It probably is for you.
Yeah.
So that's about what mine was for me too. And it doesn't matter, but you still pay taxes on it. I mean, you're still going to get your PayPal 1099. You're still going to have to, but you're not going
Mary
to
took hers at 62.
Tammy, what year were you born?
62.
69.
I was born in
I love that year.
70.
of course you do, Marco.
Well, you know where I'm going to be. My next birthday, I will be 69 years old. And we are going to be on a cruise in between Australia and New Zealand that we're taking. We're doing the Christmas with the Cranks. We're not decorating. We're not doing any of that. We're taking off and doing a cruise. So I will be spending my Christmas, New Year's Eve, and my 69th birthday on a ship out there.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
69. It'll be my 69th birthday.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Well, I'll be 62 in July. And I'm actually I tried to do it online, but I did it too soon. You can you could do it 3 months before you turn 62. I was told it was 5 months before. So I started trying to do it at 5 months before, and because I did that, they wouldn't let me do it online again. So I had to make an appointment with Social Security, and I couldn't get in till June 30th. So now
Just make it difficult, don't they?
Yeah. So now I'm going to be.
Let me think. He was born, so he'll be 65 in September. I can't remember how he did it, but he applied for his. He's getting his now too. And there was some kind of a funny quirk like that too. I don't remember what it was when he started getting his, but he was in that same mind frame as I am. Plus, he also gets VA benefits though every month too.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember. There was some kind of a thing. I don't know. I'm too
Okay,
hungry.
Kathy Wiseman says she took her exes after he died. Okay, when she was 63.
Yeah, but
Now-
you have to be married to them for 10 years, right?
Sure, yeah, yes, but what I'm fixing to say,
I wasn't
Now-
married to any of my exes for 10 years.
I wasn't either. I know they asked me that too when I applied, and I was like, no.
so David is still alive, right? David is younger than me. He's 2 years younger than me. He's born in
Brad is
71.
younger than
I'm
me, too.
69. So of course, we've been married 28, 29 years, something like that. But when I turn 62, I'm going to take my Social Security. I'm not working now. Why would I wait? Why would I wait? I'm not
You
working.
may not live long
So-
enough to wait it out. So
Exactly.
You know.
So,
Right.
anyways, I'm taking, not only am I taking Social Security, I'm taking off of his. Apparently, I can take his since he's not into it yet. And when he retires, then he'll take his and I'll move over to mine. Do y'all know anything about that? I mean,
No,
I
see,
never
even
heard
though
of
he's
that.
still alive, when you turn 62, you can go ahead and draw off of him.
yeah, that's
I
what
don't know.
that's what he was told by the Social Security people or whoever he was talking to. I don't his work, I
Huh.
guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
But supposedly I can start his, which will be higher than what mine is, and until he retires, I'll mooch off of him until I'm not already.
Chubba Davis.
Y'all, if y'all don't know, David is my retirement plan. That is my
Mhm.
retirement plan. That's how I planned it all.
I don't have a damn retirement plan.
Well, we're trying to find you one, baby. We're trying to find you one, but you keep
Yeah,
shutting
we're
us
working
down.
on it.
Dude, this guy across the street?
Is
It's
he
a guy.
cute?
Tell us more.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on.
Hold up,
Tell us about the guy across the street.
Hold up.
We're getting too far.
His name is Eugene. That should tell you enough right there. He's really nice and stuff, but I don't think he's ever been married. He lived with his sister across the street until she died a couple years ago, or whatever many years ago it was. All of a sudden, he's like, I was outside trying to clean all my leaves from fall last year because I had my hand surgery. I couldn't rake. Oh, I'll help you. So one day I went out there and I started raking everything, and he comes across and he helped me rake the whole front and bag it up and all that. Next thing you know, I cut down this big tree in my back. He came over and helped me cut everything up and help me bundle it up and everything. Next thing you know, he's wanting me to go out for dinner. I'm like, dude.
I was waiting on that. I was like, oh, paybacks. Here comes paybacks.
I said, I don't know if you know this, but I have a boyfriend. I lied my ass off. He's like 72. He wears a toupee.
Oh, no. No.
No.
You know what? He's probably
No.
Do I dare
And
say that?
I'm not trying to be superficial, but he is not my type.
Not your type.
Whatsoever. He reminds me of somebody. He reminds me of somebody from the movie Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, I was thinking of more about, was that Schitt's Creek? What's that guy's name? The
I've
guy
never
who stars in
watched
Schitt's
that.
Creek.
I love that show. That was so
I do
funny.
too.
Yeah, but I don't want to be living it, okay?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so he's not the one. He's not the one.
No, you just take advantage of it. Just take advantage of it.
He might
Yeah,
be
but
a good kisser.
I'm not like that. I can't be like that. I can't.
You know, eventually a guy that you're more interested in, that's more your type, will come along. And even if he's not, seems kind of imperfect at first, you might find that you can get
Try this
past
one.
some of the flaws and stuff. I mean, as we get older,
Mhm.
there's things you got to kind of weigh and measure. What am I willing to give up for certain other things, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. I mean, but they have to at least be your type.
Mary says that's a nice
It helps.
neighbor. I used to
It
tell
helps.
men I had a girlfriend.
Hey,
Oh God.
whatever works. Maybe you do have a girlfriend. Who
That makes them
knows?
leave you alone completely. They never have a shot.
I mean,
I wasn't after Brad. I was just looking at his Fenton.
his Fenton.
His fence.
I mean, I just, I don't know.
No, when the time is right, it'll come about. The world has a way. The universe has a way of just coming into line with things. And when the time is right, it's not right for you right now. You've got grandkids you're focused on, you're doing other things. You have this, you've got your channel, you've got all your craft stuff you enjoy doing. You're content with everything that you're doing. So it's not there for you yet. And when the time is right, that right guy that kind of fits into that program, and I mean, realistically, at our age, most of the good ones are married anyway,
Well, I mean, I've been single since 2000 I would say 2019 in my eyes, because he moved out and we still talked and everything, but and then I got COVID in 2020. And it was in 2020 when I came out and said, I don't want to be with nobody. Nobody. So I've been single for 5 years. So it's getting boring.
Oh, I thought it
It's
was longer than that.
Me
I
too.
thought it was longer than that.
Uh-huh. See, I
It's
was
been
divorced.
5 years.
My kid's dad and I separated in 98. We got our divorce in 2000. I went literally 20 some odd years
Yeah.
celibate, seriously. And then when I moved out here into rural Nevada, I mean, I had some internet things, there was AOL chat rooms, and I love men
Remember
over
those?
40, those kind of chat rooms and stuff. But that was it. And then when I moved out here to the sticks, I had one boyfriend before Brad. And that was the first I had seriously in over 20 years.
Olga, you are correct. I mean, I do enjoy my alone time. I come and go as I please. I do what I want. If I have to fart, I fart, and there's nobody here to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like I can walk around my house however I want to, and I love that. But I'm also a little lonely for companionship. Somebody to go thrifting with, somebody that likes to do things that I like to do, that type of thing. Somebody that likes to drive on the throughway.
I was just gonna say I could be a loner so easily, but you're right. I like David going thrifting with me because he's always harping. Why don't you go thrifting while I'm at work? Because I'm waiting on you, my Uber driver.
Yeah.
My Uber driver.
I like an Uber driver. If it's
Davis
raining,
is a
he drove
good
up to the door
companion.
for
And
me.
he really is. Davis is fun to hang with. He's got good personality. He's got a good eye for things. He's fun to hang with. Davis.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
You could be in an antique mall and turn around and he's standing there with some kind of wig on or something. It's like he's just a nutcase. He's
Hey,
just
enough about
something
him.
else.
What about me? What about y'all?
And you are too, darling. I mean, look at this.
No, you
Look
do
at
the
these
same
two.
thing though. She
Look
comes
at these
walking
two.
around the corner with a mask on or some kind
They
of
are
goofy looking
so
hat.
ultra considerate. It's
Tries
like when
to
I
scare
got
the
there, she was
crap
so
out of ya.
concerned about my mobility, because I've had 2 artificial knees and my hips are not great. I'm pushing 70 years old, y'all. And what they do, they got me a little car. They got me a
I
little
was stressing over that
scooter.
too.
I got
I
to
was
zip
stressing over that.
around
I was like,
in,
I got to find something for Margot to go to Round Top in.
Mhm.
You know, my
perfect.
mother refuses to use one of those electronic scooter things
So does
at
Grandma.
Walmart.
I would
What is
never
grammar?
use it at the grocery store. I would never do it at the grocery store. I'm fine most of the time. I don't need it. But something like Round Top, when you're going
Yeah, but
to
my
the big
mother's
flea markets and
90.
stuff, because we did Canton with them before we did Round Top a year or 2 before we came out and did Canton with them. And I wore the wrong shoes. I did not, I was wearing boots instead of Hokas, now I would go in my Hokas, but, so she already knew what my capabilities were. And it really tore me up doing the Canton thing. So for Round Top, she knew what I needed, and it was.
Yeah,
it
but
was
Margot, my mother's 90.
She wouldn't.
My
She
mom's
wouldn't use it if we
91,
went to
D.
Round Top, D.
I sort of,
Your
yeah.
90-year-old mother would use it if we went to Round Top.
If
Oh,
she
she
went to
wouldn't
Round
have
Top.
no choice.
And it took
She
me a
wouldn't
minute to
have
figure
no
it out too.
choice.
That I was able to turn this, and then adjust my speeds and go zip over here and zip over here. And then I totally lost track. They were all like, "You took off without us." I said, "No, you took off without me."
I never saw Margot again. She took off.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. It was fun. It was a hoot.
Dee knows what it was like. She went to Round Top and she walked all that.
Yep.
It was
It's
a lot.
And
a
I
lot of
gained
walking.
6 pounds while I was there.
It's a lot of walking.
When are you
I
guys
gained
coming
she
to
gained
do
6 pounds.
Springfield?
on that vacation.
When are you guys coming to do Springfield?
I
I
would love to
know.
do
We need to get,
Springfield.
and my daughters really want me to make a trip up to Ohio too. Now, my one daughter is coming out she comes out the same week we leave to Hawaii in September, but then she's also going to be here like another week when we get back, kind of thing. So, but next year for sure, I've got to figure out a way to get up there and because I was trying to think of a way that we could do that up to Ohio.
See, and that's another thing. If I'm not having my live sales on the regular, I'm not going to have extra money like to go. I mean, I have a hard enough time
Meet
doing
up
my
with us?
meetup with the gang, and doing 4 live sales a month or more. So then once
I think we're going to figure this out. You're going to do it under your son's name. You can do your PayPal's under his name. It's only going to encourage his. Although he has taxes.
right,
Yeah, he'll have to. There will be a 1099 involved, no doubt.
Yeah.
right.
So
But
maybe
I think
just start
part of
doing Venmo.
Part of the trick, I
Venmo.
think, Dee, part of the trick, what I do anyway, is that Brad and I keep every single thrift store receipt.
Oh, I do
Every
too.
yard sale he goes to, he tries to get, or estate sale if there's receipts involved. And we've started keeping the gas receipts. What else? And when we travel, because we thrift wherever we travel, we keep our hotel
Yeah.
receipts.
And you
We
can
keep-
write
if we
off
have-
food.
If we have dinner with Dave and Tammy, they're business associates. We keep all of those receipts. We write off.
I do too. I keep everything.
Do that.
Everything
there's
that's
an app?
business. Huh?
Called Mile IQ, I think it is, that keeps track of all your mileage. So
Yeah, I have.
You
It's
just swipe
called.
it?
It's called.
free?
I have one, but it's not that one. It's called something else. But
Wait, y'all,
yeah.
is it free or do you got to
Yeah.
pay for it?
Oldest
I
is
pay
with
for
Rose.
it.
Oh, I thought it was free. Maybe it isn't.
The one I have is 12 something a month.
Oh,
Driver's
I don't know. I'd have
note.
to ask Gino, but I think ours is called Mile IQ. It keeps track of where you go. It'll pop up in your phone and you say it's personal or it's business.
Yeah, that's
and then
what
you can
this
print
one
out.
does.
And it's
That's
so
what
nice.
this one does. To keep track of all my mileage and stuff. But of course, I don't drive like Tammy and David do. I drive like
I need it.
5 miles here, 10 miles here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So,
Could you use Venmo and just have people pay Venmo and make it like friends and family, like for pizza?
Well, I know I didn't want to say anything publicly because you can even do that with PayPal if some of your regular people that I could mention a few names, but I'm not going to publicly that come into your sales all the time. Why not, instead of invoicing, do a friends and family thing, and then you avoid all of that.
I don't know. I'll figure something out. I still want to be able to do my live sales, but I'm not going to be able to do every Saturday.
So
I'm probably
Really,
only
you don't
going to
think
be
so?
able to.
What you're saying is we need to find a sugar daddy for Dee who
Yes.
likes to go in
Yes.
weekends and drive her
Yes.
and fund her vacations.
Yes. Yes.
And then
No
we need to
pressure.
plan. And I would love to figure out a way where some of it, and Tammy and I kind of toyed with an idea too about trying to do, like, how could we do it for us to come to Texas and then Texas to Ohio kind of thing. What about that 690-mile yard sale?
Oh, the 127 is in August, and it goes all the way from Michigan to Georgia.
Yes, and Brad and I have done it, but we caught it in Cincinnati and brought it clear down to Alabama. I think,
We
and
did
that was like
Michigan to like down in
we
Ohio.
didn't go clear up to Michigan, but see, that would be something that maybe would be, we could consider mixing into it or
No,
something.
Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Cheryl's still here. See, she knew what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I already had thought about that, but, I don't know.
There's a will, there's a way, and we will figure it out. You're gonna pay the way for us, Dee, and then we'll know what to do next.
Do you realize? I mean, think about it right now. Even with the four of us on here, the technology that's involved in this, 50 years ago, nobody could have even fathomed that somebody in New York and Texas and Nevada and Ohio would all be here doing this together tonight.
Right.
I remember watching the Jetsons, and they were
Oh my
talking
God.
and talking to someone and seeing them while they were talking to them. I was like,
wow,
that would be so cool.
Yeah, the comic books, and you could get
They're way
a
ahead of time.
wristwatch
Yeah.
that you could talk into. When we went to T-Mobile today, that was one of the things that they gave us on an outline to show us what they could do for us if they combined my account or my phone in with Brad's. And part of it included an iPhone watch. And we're going, we don't need the iPhone watch. And we're both like, what does that, it's like, how much is it if we don't do the iPhone watch? But doesn't that make you think about those Dick Tracy? Hi, Karen. I've been thinking about, I want to get a hold of you too. Those iPhone, that was from the days when, that was
my daughter gave me hers. My daughter had an extra one. She gave it to me, and I never wear it. And my son would walk in my room every morning and go, Mom, are you going to wear that watch? Mom, are you going to wear that watch? Well, why don't you just give it to me then? No, I'm not giving it to you. No, it's still sitting on my dresser. The Apple Watch.
Yeah, I don't need it. I'm not going to use it.
It comes in handy though, because like when you're pumping gas and stuff, and you could tell you're getting a phone call, and you just answer it.
I know. I really
You're pumping gas and you got a phone call and you get to answer.
How can I hide from y'all? If y'all are texting me, how can I hide if I have that freaking Apple Watch on? I can say I didn't have my phone on me. I couldn't answer the phone right now.
Or another thing that it did,
you go.
if you were going somewhere and you have directions, it would tap you, like turn here, turn here. It would tap you when you get a message. You can feel a little tap.
Get out of here.
Really? Oh my God.
And I wouldn't.
Well, she
listen,
is the youngest one out of the group here.
I'm sure there's about 8,000 things
she's more adaptable to it than we are. For me,
that you can do on an iPhone that I have no clue about. Okay? Like my daughter, the one day she said, oh, check this out, blah, blah. I go, how did you do that? I didn't know you could do that. Like, I go on, I film my videos, I do StreamYard, I pay bills, the normal,
yeah,
whatever. I don't know
that
all
far,
of that
yeah.
other technical stuff that you can do.
It's
I
like,
have no
you know what I
clue.
found out about? Even Tammy, when we were in Texas, Tammy's like, that's an iPhone? Yes, I have an iPhone. Do you know what they told me at T-Mobile today? That this thing isn't even 5G. I thought it was, Tammy. I'm like, well, no wonder I'm losing connections all across the country. Everywhere we go, I can't access this and can't access that.
Yeah.
Because it's not even compatible with the 5G network, is what they told me at T-Mobile today.
What
It's the
iPhone
way
is
to
that
get more
one?
money.
Frick, I don't know, D. It's
Great, right?
because he's
number
talking
it
about upgrading. So they've got these iPhone 16s and iPhone 16 this, and he says, well, we could upgrade you to the iPhone 14. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, you got 16s over there. What is this? And this and I don't know what
Mine is a 14 something. And I'm waiting to upgrade, but I have three more installments to pay before this one is paid off. Then I will upgrade because I don't want to have to pay any extra money a month.
Mine. Yes, I keep mine forever until they're paid off. I will not upgrade.
Yeah.
David and
This
my
is
daughter.
totally
Oh my
paid
God!
off.
New one comes up, we're upgrading.
Yeah.
Dick Tracy
No,
watch, exactly, Donna. The Dick Tracy watch, yes. That's why, I'm like, after they started giving us these numbers today and everything, this phone is paid off. It may be, I don't know. So Brad and I have been together 4 years, so I've probably had this 5 years. I probably got this about a year before Brad and I got together, is how I'm correlating it anyway. So, but it still works. It's just we lose a lot when we're traveling, like between here and Texas. It's like I'm trying to make a Best Western reservation, and I've got one freaking bar.
Yeah.
that's really the network I thought.
What do you have, Lorianne?
Me, I have an iPhone. I think it's a 14 or 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who's your provider?
Trade.
You got it. I think
We just turned internets.
I have AT&T.
See, I'm AT&T too.
I just moved to AT&T.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
and that's
had
why I'm thinking before I
AT&T
switch and go
forever.
over to T-Mobile and pay them the same amount that I'm paying AT&T right now, I know this phone is paid off. I'm going to go over to AT&T. I know I'm due for an upgrade. So let's see what they can upgrade me to, and why would I switch over when I can get a new phone with AT&T and just stick with the same,
Right.
Oh,
everything.
you know what, Dee? That's another thing. We need to find out if the Airbnb we're going to be at, do they have internet there? Because we don't have our tower to travel with no more because we traded it in. We left T-Mobile to went to AT&T.
Most AT&Ts.
You would
Most
assume that Airbnbs would
have internet.
Okay, because I mean, we used to carry our mobile tower with
Hi,
us everywhere.
George.
Hold on.
George says, is he late for the sale? And Karen says, no sale, George, just a bunch of women yakking and doing crafts earlier.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You need to show George what you
And
made.
Cheryl's got T-Mobile, and that's what and
Show them
part of
what
the
you
thing
made. The
out
people that are showing up. Hey, show them what you made, Margot.
You want me to show my craft?
Yeah, some people showed up and they don't know what we made. This is what I made. I made a flag. Put that face in the camera.
Well, make me big. Make me big.
Oh, I guess I can do that.
So they can see it. That's Lorianne. Okay, here she is. Look at, she's got pasties, George.
Hi, George.
He's ready to go out and light fireworks. That freedom ring, baby.
You need some sparklers in each hand.
I wanted to find, I even looked at some in Nevada. The problem is in Nevada, you can't buy fireworks readily in Nevada. You can buy sparklers.
Sparklers.
So right. We're
Well,
very
that's exciting.
Because I wanted to find one that looked like an actual, what am I thinking of?
So we had T-Mobile that we just left, but our internet kept going out at 8:00 when we have our live sale. Our internet always messed up, and it just kept happening. And David was like up to here, so we finally switched.
So who did you get now?
AT&T.
Oh, okay.
And see, and that's when I was thinking about switching away from it. And now I'm like, I don't know.
This is what I made.
Oh, she needs some more glue. I'm gonna have to get out my 2000.
Patriotic drums
Mhm.
with the little
Both Hazel.
drumettes. I don't know.
Singers.
That turned out so cute. Yeah.
What do you call them?
They're
What are you talking
boingers.
about? Terry? You're talking about my
Boingers?
doll.
They're boingers. And then I made this one.
I love your drum. See, I'd have never
Yes.
thought about making a drum.
So that's what I made.
Show what you
Starlink
made.
Internet. and
Yes,
it's the
Hazel.
best I've ever
Or
seen.
it would blur. It would blur and freeze. It didn't go out. It would just mess up all the time.
I haven't decided if I want to glue the bow in her hair or not, but
Oh, that would
bow.
look cute.
I like
little
that. It gives her a little more
patriotic
something.
Yeah, that would be cute.
add the bow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I made.
Look at you. You've been working on that while we were talking. You're still working on that.
I know. I made it look old, so one of those things, and then a little
Yes,
ornament.
Karen.
Made a little ornament and a fabric fan.
She made 4 things.
I forgot to show you.
Yeah, and then the time that we made one. Well, Dee made 2.
Look at this antique chair. I bought it at a garage sale. I was gonna use
I
it
love
for.
that chair.
I saw
craft.
that sitting
I
on your
like
shelf
that.
back there. I was going to ask you about that.
I was gonna do a little patriotic wreath, and then I couldn't figure it out. And it's.
I like the chair. I really like the chair.
That's cute.
Your crocodile girl, your alligator girl would sit in it nicely.
Wouldn't she be pretty?
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, you know what I kind of like about her too is that I can untie her hat. See, I didn't glue the hat on, so I can untie the hat. Off of there. And then you just got her. Look,
How you doing?
how you doing?
Hey, how you
You
doing?
can take her pasties off where she just hangs out and it's not 4th of July.
Change her up for
One
the
of her
different
little
holidays.
stars came off her pasty though, so I'm going to have to re-glue that. But yeah, she doesn't have to have that great big hat on all the time.
Well, you could change her for the different holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Starlink Internet.
Starlink is something.
heard
Isn't that an Elon Musk thing? Didn't Elon Musk like
I think
come up with
so.
Starlink
Yeah.
thing? And it's for areas that like more rural areas, I think, instead of inner city, more rural areas.
We
I
might have
have
that.
no idea.
You had to be on a waiting list to get it. I think Gino signed up for it, so I'm not sure if that's something that we have or not, but that's what it was.
I
and I'm
didn't know-
getting threatened.
oh my God, you guys remember Earthlink?
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard it. I never had it, but
That was like, oh,
AT&T is trying to switch me over to the AT&T Air,
no,
and
no,
been
don't,
resistant to it.
don't. It's horrific. I already
They're
tried
telling
it,
me
and
now I'm getting emails and letters telling me that I have, if I don't contact them by June 27th, it will interrupt my service.
no,
If I
no.
Google
maybe
it,
that's a
it tells me
scam.
that
Maybe
it's
it's a
bullshit. You
scam.
don't have to.
Yeah, no. I tried it. It sucked. I sent the equipment back. They tried to say I didn't
Hazel
send
said
back
that
their
too.
equipment, tried to charge me $200 for the equipment. I just, after, this was going back to July or August of last year. Last month, I finally talked to a manager or a supervisor and got it taken care of, so that they took all of that crap off of my AT&T
Okay.
account.
See, I'm just going to continue to ignore it and see what happens. Now, I have a neighbor up the street that went through it about 6 months ago, and she was complaining in the beginning, and now she tells me, no, it's fine. It was me. Go ahead and switch. But I'm very, very skeptical about it. I don't want to switch unless so we'll see what happens when June 27th comes. If suddenly I don't have internet, then I know, but
Karen Chase said there's no waiting list.
This was a couple years ago. Gina was.
Okay.
Yeah.
A waiting list on which one?
Starling. Yeah, well, I don't know if it was a waiting
Starling.
list. He had to sign up for it like ahead of time.
See, I know when I first moved out here too, that there was something called a HughesNet that people were complaining about all the time too. We can get Charter out here too. I know we can get Spectrum out here, so that's an option. But I'm kind of just comfortable the way things are. Leave it alone.
Yeah, we got fiber. In ours.
Yeah, Karen's out in the middle of nowhere too. We actually, the area that I live in, this little town or city, if you want to call it that, municipality, I guess you could call it, has about 5,000 people, but it's very spread out. It's very rural and it's very spread out. And a lot of the properties are several acres. And we don't even have a real grocery store out here. We have a Dollar General and a Family Dollar that are right across the street from each other. We have a Subway and a Porta Subs that are right across the street from each other. The nearest grocery store to actually drive to, or the nearest Walmart, is about 15 to 20 miles away.
Wow. I'm centrally located to Toledo has every like restaurants, stores. You can get, anywhere you want. And we're in a quiet
Same thing here. Same thing where I'm at. It's like all, it's perfect since I don't like to go on the throughway.
Well, I don't drive freeways either.
I like the Niagara Falls area when we were there. Niagara Falls was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Well, not really, but,
Well, the parts we saw anyway.
Yeah. That's why when they all talk about wanting to come here to Niagara Falls, I'm like, no, you don't. You really don't. Trust me. The only thing you're missing is the falls. That's it. The rest of it is a shithole. And I'm not even exaggerating. It is a shithole. At one time, this was a booming place, but now it's, oh dear. Mm-hmm. It's a sad, sad shame.
Well, it's no wonder you can't meet a.
No shit, Margot. Who am I going to
meet? Had a nice lunch.
Yeah. Whatever. Well, I think we've look at Hazel's laughing at me. She knows. She knows it's a shithole. She comes here. She knows.
Cheryl says she used to live in Maumee. Where's Maumee? Maumee.
Maumee, Ohio. It's about 10 minutes away from me. Yeah.
All right then.
Maumee.
I could just go to Houston and pick up Tammy. And Tammy and I could get in the car and just go. We could start
go to the prison.
And then the guys could just meet us.
Yes.
Go hang out in the prison yard.
Come on. As long as I have someone beside me to keep me awake, I can drive.
Mansfield. No, I'd get asked to leave that area. I've been asked to leave, let's see, Nevada State Prison property, Pelican Bay Prison property. I think those are the only two I've been asked to.
What the hell were you doing?
Being nosy.
What about San Quentin?
I have been past there, but I have not ventured close enough to that property. Quentin's very interesting now because it sits right like on the Bay Area almost. And it's fascinating to look at.
Look at this girl.
No,
she knows all about prisons.
What about Alcatraz? You been there?
I have been to Alcatraz. I actually, when I was there back in
she served time there.
Late 80s, early 90s, I took a trip to San Francisco with my dad and his wife, and nobody would go over with me. So I just went over and caught the ferry and went by myself and did the tour.
Yeah, wouldn't they go
walk
over
up
with
that
you?
Damn hill to the prison, walking uphill.
Mm-hmm.
I was about done before I even got inside. I was like, I'm ready to go take a nap.
Oh, well, and this is before, like, this is still during cassette time. You'd go in, once you got in, then they'd give you like a little cassette player that you put the little earphones in and walk around and listen to the cassette.
It was a mini ghetto blaster.
Mhm.
You didn't have to carry it on your shoulder anymore.
Uh-huh.
Oh
That's why
my
we went to
gosh.
Houston, or took that trip. Part of the reason we scheduled that trip that we took in March down to visit Dave and Tammy was to go over to Huntsville, because there was some stuff going on in Huntsville.
She didn't want to come see me. She wanted to come see Huntsville.
I like Huntsville. That's the second time I've been to Huntsville. I like Huntsville. I really like Huntsville.
But that's okay. I'm going to be her snowbirdie place.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be her snowbird place.
So when it gets too cold here in the winter, I'll just south. Head south.
So you got to come in January after you're done with all your trips.
You can always come here in January.
Mhm. Oh, hell no. Why would I want to go to Northern Ohio in the winter? I know, I was talking to my daughter. My daughter actually had to hit up her dad for some money a few months ago because the weather hit so bad, and she's got big trees in her yard, and one of them came down on one of her neighbors or something. And yeah, no, the winters in Ohio, I don't think so. And you're up there more north up into Michigan. You guys get an ice up there, don't you?
Yeah. I'm right on the Michigan line.
Oh my God. So are you close to one of like the Great Lakes?
Lake Erie.
Okay. Ice.
And the Maumee River.
Ice. I don't want to be, I'm trying to get away from the ice.
I'm near Lake Livingston.
The only ice I want is what's in my cocktail.
What are you drinking?
An island here called Put-in Bay. It's out in Lake Erie, and in the summer, well, it's already started, you take a boat over, and it's an island. They used to have an island adjacent to it that was a winery, but there's no cars on the island, and it's all bars, and so you go there bar hopping, and there's like wine caves and different things there. So it's
damn, that could be, I would end up in jail.
they have a jail there.
That's why we come get you. We'll come get you. Well, how close are
Get
you
your
like
ass in there and sleep
I'm
it
waiting for
off.
this one to end up in jail.
Island? How close are you to that, Lorianne?
Mackinac, I've never been there. It's a ways up there in the UP.
I'd love to go to
Upper
Mackinac.
Peninsula.
Have you ever seen that movie Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeves? And I can't remember the
I've
chick's name
seen
off the top of.
bits of it.
Oh my God! If you've never seen it, watch it. That's all Mackinac Island. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Love story, like one of the best love stories ever.
I think it's the Grand Hotel or something there. Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful movie. Watch it if you can.
Hazel Atlas, we need to plan a road trip.
There you go. There's your partner to run with. Yeah.
We need to plan a road trip.
You just need a driver, Dee.
No, but Hazel's
Hazel, my family, a lot of my
man.
family's from Midland, Odessa. Both sides of my mom and dad, they're from Midland, Odessa, in that area, which is not
Hazel
far from
only lives
Amarillo.
about 60 miles away from me. That's why she
There
came
you-
here
There
to
you
do
go.
that sale.
There you go.
Yes,
And then
we
you guys
do,
stop and
for
pick me
sure.
up, and we'll head to Texas.
I wish
Oh,
I had a.
And if you
I
guys,
met somebody
if you
right
guys
here.
go to Texas, I will meet you in Texas. I would
Oh
meet
my
you.
goodness.
Texas is silly.
I got
We
roots for
went from
y'all.
even to Tammy's house, it's at least a 3-day drive for me. 3 days.
I haven't met any of you guys yet.
But it's
I
easy.
know,
to
You're welcome,
Lorianne.
Mr.
What
Britches,
the
to come
hell?
down.
Mm-hmm.
We should plan something.
I know.
Hazel, we could be like distant cousins or something, you know?
Distant
Yeah.
cousins.
Yes. How fun.
Well, I
See, we
got
could do it around the time.
because it's after
See, and that's
11,
why I
and I
was
got to
thinking
be up
about that.
early.
That
Oh,
690
Lorianne
mile
has to
yard
go.
sale, because that could bring you down there, a reason to kind of take your time and maybe go head down. Although that ends in Alabama, but Alabama's so close to Texas, it's not far.
Mhm.
Lorianne has to get up in the morning, so
All
we
right,
need
we
to
have to
let her
let
go.
Lorianne go then.
Brianne, real quick, how far do y'all travel? Just to California and back?
You mean, oh, well, I haven't been anywhere since I moved back here, just Michigan and Ohio. Why? Do you want to meet somewhere?
Do you not travel anywhere?
We haven't because of my job. It's hard to get time off right now. So I was sick for like 3 months at the beginning of the year. I used all my sick time up. I had COVID and then I had that influenza.
Oh.
At the beginning of the year. So I was down. I had to
She
use
was
all my
tore
time.
up.
So, but yeah, you know, we can travel. We were talking about going out to Reno or California to visit everyone. Yeah.
See?
Well, I'm not in Reno or California. Just saying.
Hello. She's got a hubby who's driving there, Margot.
So when you start talking about that, then we need to figure out that kind of time frame and stuff. And then maybe, God, would there be any way we could get Tammy? Oh, Dee, you would have so much fun to come out here and party with. I would love to take you to the honky tonk bar and karaoke with you.
We'll get Dee a plane ticket. We'll all come together, pull funds, and get Dee a plane ticket.
Yeah, we
Send her
figure it
ass
out.
out
We
there.
can make a girls' trip. A girls' trip.
And then
Margot
if the
would be
men
like,
want to come
"No."
and meet us, they could. You know, if not, hey, even, you know, Brad and I were in my Fiat the other day, my little tiny Fiat. He says, I can't even imagine driving this thing across country. But I fit in my Fiat really comfortably. I said, I could drive this car across country. Not a problem at all.
I'll tell you what, when we go out there, we got to go to the Western Village.
Steak Diane. That's my favorite to have there at
The Western Village.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh it's a janky little casino, and you walk in, and it's like something out of like Vegas Vacation, like National Lampoons, where they were.
But they still got one of those restaurants where they will do like bananas flambe at your table.
Yes.
You know,
And then you walk in, and this restaurant's inside, and you're like, what the hell is it doing in here?
and they got
the
that
best.
carpet that you still walk onto and sink into when you step on it.
They give you the hot, wet towels that smell like almonds. They make all the flaming stuff there.
Oh
So it's
my
very
God.
old. It's so good.
There's 20
What is it
pounds.
that they give you like between your they bring you your appetizer? You have your appetizer, you have your salad, and then they bring you the what the frick
It's
is
a
it
sherbet
called?
with champagne. It's a palate.
Yeah, what's it? There's a name for that. I can't think of what it is, so that you can cleanse your palate before the entree comes.
And it's very reasonably priced.
Not bad. It's expensive, but it's not bad.
I mean, I thought it was for what you get.
The last time we ate there was for my mother's 90th birthday. She's 91 now, so it was a year and a half ago. And there were Brad and I, my mom, my brother and his wife, my niece and her husband, and I think my other niece and her husband. There were like 9 or 10 of us, something like that. And I'm thinking it was about $800. It was, but there were 10 of us.
But you're drinking and stuff too.
Still
That's your alcohol. That's your appetizers. That's your entree.
That's not bad.
Entrees are basically probably
Not
around
bad.
40.
It's like
40
Girl, you're talking to
$75 a
somebody that eats, you know, like Subway and shit. I'm not $800. Y'all must be crazy.
But even my mother was like, that's too much money. So next time we go to a Mexican, we know some good Mexican restaurants in the Reno area too. If you like Mexican food, hey, Miguel's is always the top-notch Mexican
The one
restaurant.
in Napa is El Guadalajara, and you get the carnitas. Oh my God, it's so good.
See, now I love me some real Mexican food.
Oh,
Tammy,
you got-
what was
come
that
out-
place
come
you
out
took me
west.
to in Texas?
Papacitos. That's one of my
Papacitos.
favorite places.
Oh my God, that was some good. Oh my God.
I judge
that
a
was some
Mexican
good
restaurant
stuff.
by their chips and dip.
Oh,
If that's good,
Lordy.
the rest of it will be good.
We just went to
Papacitos.
a place yesterday, La Fiesta. It was so good. Their chips and salsa reminded me of Chevy's. I just need the corn tomalito, that soft cornbread that you get at Chevy's. Have you
Oh.
been to Chevy's? It's so good.
And I wonder how you feel, Lorianne, going from California and the Mexican food in California and then moving to Ohio, the difference in it. I mean, do you
again, because I have the palate of an 8-year-old, Mexican food for me
tacos
is a
are
tortilla with some cheese and some meat on it, and you roll that up. That shit's good. Chinese food for me is give me some white rice, some chicken and gravy, put some soy sauce on top. I'm good.
And you're good.
Yeah.
Where was that place that you took us to in spring that we went to, like the night that we went to karaoke, Tammy, that was so spicy that I couldn't eat the etouffee?
BB.
Etouffee was so spicy. I was like, it was
My God. Yeah, I'm a Midwest girl, so I'm used to like the fake Mexican food and the fake Chinese food. I mean, it has, since I've come back, changed a lot, but I'm still
It's like a TV dinner. What you're eating is like a TV dinner.
I like that. Give me a piece of chicken, some mashed potatoes, maybe a roll. I'm good. I don't need a lot.
Whew.
Damn.
Hey, what is this thing up here on
I
StreamYard?
could hang around with Lorianne. Maybe I could lose
audience.
that extra 10 pounds.
Yeah, we gotta get Dee out here, and we gotta get Dee out here and take her to a honky tonk bar. Put on some jeans and some boots, babe. And
Oh yes.
wouldn't that be
Out
fun?
in the country, past the city limit sign, there's the
Listen,
honky tonk.
one of my
Trust the
favorite
county
movies
line.
ever was Urban Cowboy.
Oh,
I love that kind of.
Oh my
that
God.
kind
We
of
need to get
country
Oh my
music.
God, I
a
have got
cowboy
to tell
sugar
you.
daddy.
Texas. As a matter of fact, I think it happened in Texas. That is so Texas.
Gillies.
Gillies, right here in
There used to be a
Pasadena, next door
Gillies
to
there, but there
Houston.
isn't anymore.
Yeah.
There was one night I was at the honky tonk. I got to see if I can find this for you. And the side door opened, and in came about 6 cowboys and their Wranglers. And it was like, really? And they all go up to the bar ahead of me. I'm going to see if I can find this picture for you. A few
You
minutes
got 'em
later,
all
the
standing at the
door
bar, and all
opens,
you got
and
was
in
their
comes about
butt?
6 more of these cowboys. Oh my God. And so I got pictures of them at the bar, right? I mean, I got pictures of their butts anyway.
Right. Well, that's all we
I
want to
knew
see.
it.
I
She just
know.
got a picture of their butts.
You bet I
They're wearing
did.
Wranglers.
Deborah Winger. Yes.
I watched
This
that
week.
not too long ago.
Kay.
Oh my God. Please.
Yeah, that movie was. I love that movie. You went to Gillies, Mary Royer? Really?
Mary Royer, we've met Mary Royer when we went down to Tombstone a few years ago.
That would be a
Mary
cool
met us,
place
and
to
she drove us
visit.
down to Douglas,
I've
right
lived here
near
all
the
my life,
border.
never been to Gillies.
Yeah.
But they were probably closed already by the time I was of
Oh
age.
my God. Okay, here we go. Hang on.
Well, shit,
Let me see
John
if I can bring
Travolta
this
was
up so you
probably
can
like,
see it. Look at this.
Oh, yep. I knew it was going to be a butt
"Oh, how
shot.
you
I just knew it.
doing?
Yeah.
Now wait a minute. And then
How you
I went over and started
doing?"
talking to him. So
I could definitely change my accent.
look
for
at this. They
that.
obliged me and took a picture with me. Look at those cowboys.
What is that?
Oh my God.
Did you get a group orgy picture?
I went up, I said, would you guys take a picture with me? And they were like, and the one guy, he organized, says, yes, you get over here, you get over here, you get over here. And so I took a picture with 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't know how many cowboys are in that picture, but aren't they cute? They were all cute. These were like rodeo cowboys during rodeo season. Look at that.
Like a bunch of strippers, and she's
Yes,
riding
I'd take you
I'm
to
going to
party.
tell you what, though. I've always wanted to ride the bull.
Good luck.
I've always wanted to try that. I'm sure I'll end up in traction at some point, but I just wanted to
I've never
try
been on
it.
the bull. I've seen my daughter ride the bull in, where were we? In Cincinnati. There's some place in Cincinnati after we went to the racetrack that we went to with, and it just so happened that Brad's son was dating a gal named Molly who lived in that same area and he happened to be back there, and he lives in Washington. His son Evan lives in Washington State, but he was in Ohio visiting his girlfriend Molly at the time. So they met us along with my daughter and her boyfriend at the time, a bunch of us. We went to Red Lobster, and then we went to some place and they had one of those bulls. Anyway, my daughter did ride the bull, and she's the one that is the God, I'm trying to move this.
All it would take is one snap, and that would be it. I'd be like,
honey. We just
A
got
break
I'm
it on their
done.
cushion, on their phone.
But I just want to be able
floor.
to say that I tried and I rode the bull. Maybe it was for 3 seconds, but who cares?
Look at Mary Royer. Wrangler butts drive you nuts. I know. I know, Hazel. I know those Wrangler, but oh my God, that day you should have seen. And there were about 4 of us, and Brad was not with me that night. I think that was like shortly after he and
No wonder she was a loosey goosey.
Oh, my friend April and I. April was standing there because I always pick this one area I like to sit at this bar because there's a machine there that I can play Keno on or poker or whatever I want. One of the gambling machines. It's always right on the edge. And then when it's time for me, my turn to karaoke, I don't have to go through a bunch of bullshit. I can go over and karaoke. And we're both sitting there watching the store open, and these cowboys walk in, and we're like, oh, I mean, if you could have just seen the look on all the women's faces as these cowboys were coming in about 6 at a time, and the door opened, and another 6 would come in. We're like, oh my God.
Poor Mary.
They were pretty. They were pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all. We're ready to close down. Girls got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
We are going to plan another little craft time. We don't know when, but we'll figure it out.
Do you see what Mary said?
Thank you, everybody that came tonight.
Before you
so
log off, did you see what Mary said in the chat? She said she rode a mechanical bull and had bruises all over her crotch.
Yeah.
That's what we're laughing at.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
We'll pad you up, Dee.
Yeah.
Pads all over.
Crap. Bring
Bye,
that roll.
everybody. You know what? I'm still low man on the totem pole at 772
I'll
subscribers.
just wrap
So I would
myself in
really
bubble wrap,
appreciate it if you would
Lori-Ann.
subscribe to my channel. Even if you never come
Yes,
hang out with me, just subscribe.
Yes, if you're not
Exactly.
already here, let me put
Subscribe
the
or
links in
subscribe.
again. Paste. There's one. That's a vintage of PeepShow AGoGo, and then here's
Thank you, Tam.
2 copies.
And we'll be on tomorrow night on my channel.
Yes, come see us tomorrow on what's your name? Margot PeepShow AGoGo. We're gonna have a pretty little sale, a glitz and glamour
Hi,
kind of
Melody.
thing.
I got your email, by the way,
Melody?
Melody. Thank you. That was really sweet.
We've been chit chatting. You watch,
Oh,
go
right.
watch somewhere in the middle so you can see everything that we made tonight. What we made.
Right.
Oh, I got to
So,
tell you, Dee.
all right, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us, and we will see you.
I got
in the
your
next
package
live.
today, by the way, Dee.
Oh, okay.
We'll see y'all in the next live or video. So come check us out.
Bye,
All 4 of
guys.
us.
Bye.
Come have
Bye.
a cocktail.